And welcome into Larks Park for the rubber game of a three-game series between the Liberal BJs and the Hayes Larks on a breezy and a warm Sunday evening. I'm Jonathan Swiggett along with our studio producer and engineer Rafe Dent, and we welcome you in on Military Appreciation Night as they honor all of the military members who are here before the game at Larks Park. Great turnout once again for military members, and a nice little ceremony before to honor them. We'll have the first pitch and then be ready to go here from Larks Park. So real quickly, we can run through our starting lineups. First for the visiting Liberal BJs. So Liberal coming off a win last night over the Hayes Larks, in which they picked up a 6-5 victory, ended up with 4 runs in the first inning, kind of propelled them to that 6-5 victory. So they will start Nate Crossman. He'll be the center fielder today. Crossman leading off, hitting .267 on the season. Crossman, the Neosho County product from Derby. Batting second will be the second baseman, Zach Cook. Cale O'Donnell, the first baseman, he leads them in hitting at .455, 7 RBIs on the season as well. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot is Garrett Scott. He actually has the team lead at .500 on the year with 1 home run and 5 RBIs on the season. Batting in the fifth spot is the catcher, Colton Onstadt. Onstadt hitting .200 on the season. Jaron Robinson is the shortstop, batting in the 6th spot. Moving to number 7 hole is Trent Maloney. He's the third baseman, hitting .292 on the season. Austin Ott bats in the number 8 spot. He's a designated hitter, hitting .235 on the season. And then Caleb Ward, as we get the first pitch thrown out here this afternoon. We'll have 3 of them. Caleb Ward, by the way, hitting in the number 9 spot. He's the right fielder, still without a hit. This will only be his second game of the season for the Liberal BJs. So again, it'll be Crossman, Zach Cook, O'Donnell, Scott, Onstadt, Robinson, Maloney, Ott, and Ward. They'll face Peyton Battenfield. Peyton making his Larks debut, the sophomore from Oklahoma State, by way of Claremore, Oklahoma, for the Hayes Larks, making his Hayes Larks debut. For the Larks, who will face Jake Harrison from the Liberal BJs, they will face Keone Givens. Givens will lead it off. He's the center fielder for the Larks today, hitting .222 on the year with 1 RBI. Hitting in the number 2 spot will be the catcher, Nick Jones, hitting .294 for the Hayes Larks. In the third spot, Trevor Boone, the right fielder, hitting .375 with a home run and 2 runs driven in. Spencer Packard, the designated hitter, batting fourth, hitting .350 on the year with a pair of home runs and 6 RBIs. Alex Weiss, the third baseman. We talked a little bit about Alex with manager Frank Leo in the beginning. Alex, after having to sit out because of cancer in the spring for Fort Hayes, has battled back the Wellington player, hitting in 4 of his last 5. So really having a great year, hitting .200 so far on the summer with a couple of runs driven in. Number 15, hitting in the number 6 hole, is Clayton Raspberry, the left fielder, hitting .533 for the Hayes Larks with 4 runs driven in. Jacob Boston back at that shortstop spot once again, struggling a little bit with a 136 average, home run, 3 RBIs. Jake Selzer, the first baseman, is hitting just 100 on the year, trying to get his bat going for the youngster. And then Max Remy, the second baseman, will bat ninth, hitting .219 on the season. I mentioned they'll face Jake Harrison. Harrison already 1-0 on the year for the Liberal BJs. Jake Harrison, the sophomore out of Huffman, Texas, by way of Texas San Antonio. 1-0 on the year, went 6 innings in his only start earlier this year, gave up just 3 hits, walked a pair of batters, and gave up 5, and struck out 5 in the victory. So the Larks will go Givens, Jones, Boone, Packard, Weiss, Raspberry, Boston, Selzer, and Remy. That's the starting lineup for both teams as we are about ready to get this one underway. Public address announcer making the introduction of the Hayes Larks, who are making their way out on the field. Hayes, the white pants, they'll go with the blue top with the camo sleeves, and the red cap with the blue bill, white numbers and letters for the Hayes Larks. So just about ready to get this one underway on a warm evening, to say the least, here at Larks Park. Coach Frank Leo talked about it, that wind can hang up some balls in the air, can also knock them down, maybe carry it out. 94 degrees as we're about ready to get first pitch underway at 7:13 here this evening. Feels like 101 with a south wind gusting at 18 miles per hour. So we welcome you aboard on a warm afternoon for Larks baseball. Larks at 3-3 on the year, 3-2 in the Jayhawk League, trying to take this series with the Liberal BJs. Had a matchup with Great Bend rained out earlier this year. Also had Dodge City, a doubleheader that was postponed till later in the year. In fact, they'll play two later in the year with the Dodge City A's. So just about ready to get this one underway. Larks and their starter, Peyton Battenfield, making his Larks debut. Peyton, mentioned he's the Oklahoma State product from Claremore, Oklahoma, the freshman. Made 5 relief appearances, did not have a record, 0-0, but he had a 9 ERA. Went 6 innings in relief, allowed 10 hits, 6 runs, 4 of those were earned, walked 4, and struck out 4 in his 4 seasons in high school at Oklahoma. He was 27-2, so he'll make his Larks debut for the Larks this afternoon. The right-hander from Claremore, Oklahoma. Face Crossman, Zach Cook, and Cale O'Donnell to get this one underway as we welcome you aboard on a warm Sunday evening for baseball. Now the Larks catcher, a little bit of a equipment issue for Nick Jones, and now we're ready to go. So the right-handed hitting leadoff man Nick Crossman will lead it off for the first pitch from Peyton Battenfield. Will miss up in the zone on pitch number 1. And the call from the home plate umpire, Corey Burkhart. Second offering, also a ball. So quickly, 2 balls and no strikes to Nate Crossman, hitting .267 on the season. 2-0 delivery, will miss inside. Oh, no, that's a strike. Catches the inside part of the plate. And so runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. Battenfield comes back, and there's a single right back up the middle. So that one between the second baseman, Remy, in the bag. And so a leadoff single for Nate Crossman as he comes up with a hit. That'll bring up the second baseman, Zach Cook. Cook, the right-handed hitting infielder, liberal, wearing the white pants with the camo jerseys. It's the light gray and white as the first pitch from his high and away from the Larks starter Peyton Battenfield. So he's fallen behind the first couple of hitters here in inning number 1. As Crossman will lead from first, as Battenfield will go to the stretch for the first time. And this one is going to be fouled back and out of play on that third base line to even up the count at a ball and a strike. Cook hitting just .111 on the season. Mentioned Corey Burkhart behind the plate. Umpire Dave Hanslick set for first base today. Third base is Randy Jordan. That's our umpires. Quick throw over to first and back in time with a head first slide as Crossman for the Larks. Battenfield on the mound. His battery mate is Nick Jones. Seltzer at first. Remy at second. Jake Boston at short. Alex Weiss is the third baseman as we go around the infield. There's a good pitch that cuts inside and cut on a missed from Zach Cook. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield for the Larks goes Raspberry, Gibbons, and Boone from left to right. As the flag blowing from right to left. Here's a 1-2, runner off and going. Throw down to second is wide of second, and not a time as Boston had to go off of his glove into right center field. And so a stolen base for Nate Crossman. That's his 3rd stolen base already on the season. He leads their team, the Liberal BJs, in stolen bases. So now he is 3 for 4 on the season. That pitch, by the way, was wide into the right-handed batter's box to the left-handed hitting Zach Cook. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Battenfield to the plate on a 2-2, and he misses high and away. So that'll be a full count now. Battenfield struggling a little bit with his command early to the first 2 hitters. As Crossman will lead from second. Here's a 3-2 pitch, cut on a miss, and a strikeout for Battenfield. So Peyton Battenfield battles back to strike out his first batter as a Hayes Lark, and there's one down in the inning. Now the second baseman, Remy, will have a word with Battenfield, with a runner on second. And the first time that Battenfield and company have been a part of this battery in a live game. Want to make sure they get the signals correct. As they set to face Cale O'Donnell. O'Donnell, the first baseman. He's hitting .455 on the year. He leads this team in at bats, hits, doubles, and RBIs. So he stands in the right-handed batter's box with one down following the strikeout of Zach Cook. And now Battenfield taking a long time to look in and get the sign from the catcher Jones. Mentioned first action for Peyton Battenfield, the righty. So he'll deliver on a little sidearm three-quarter pitch that catches the inside part of the plate. On plate umpire Corey Burkhart said that caught the inside part of the plate. So he's able to get ahead of the number 3 hitter, Cale O'Donnell. Runner leads from second, and now Battenfield will chase the runner Crossman back to the bat. Ribby had broke away from the bag, and Boston not covering. Here's the offering that is going to be fouled into the home plate area. Of course, the all-turf infield of Larks Park and Shoemaker Nelson Field, so into the dirt around home plate. That it's no balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Cale O'Donnell, hitting .455 on the summer. O'Donnell 15 of 33 on the young season for the Liberal BJs. 0-2 pitch will miss inside. As Battenfield makes him move that back foot in the batter's box, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So with one down here in the inning, that was Zach Cook on the strikeout swinging a moment ago. A Crossman who singled and stole second. On at second base, big lead back there. Good stop behind the plate as that ball was low and away. Jones able to get a piece of it, and now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the number 3 hitter, Cale O'Donnell, the first baseman. Wind continues to whip across the diamond. The 2-2 pitch, called a ball, and it's full now. So the second batter in a row that Battenfield has went full to. Able to find a way to strike out Cook. Runner at second. O'Donnell waits on the 3-2 pitch. Bait to the plate. 3-2 pitch is going to be fouled back and out of play. The count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. Garrett Scott, the left fielder, waits in the on-deck circle. The number 4 hitter for the Liberal BJs. As Battenfield set at the 3-2 offering, and that will be ball 4. So a walk to O'Donnell puts runners at first and second. And that will bring up Garrett Scott, the left fielder. He is their leading hitter. 500 on the year for Scott. He's only played in 4 games, though. Not a big sample. 7 of 14. But he does have a home run and 5 runs driven in. So early in this one, Battenfield in some trouble with runners at first and second and 1 down here. There's a long look at second. Now the righty comes to the plate, and that pitch misses high to the right-handed hitting Garrett Scott. And now we're going to get a quick meeting of the mound. Here is pitching coach Keith Harper will make his way out there to talk to his right-handed starter. Larks baseball brought to you in part by Heartland Building Center. Price, quality, service, all under one roof. Heartland Building Center in Hayes, Stockton, and Russell. Also brought to you by Edward Jones of Hayes, Darrell Jeff, and Linda Seibel, M&D Incorporated, and Karst Waterwell Service. Peyton Battenfield with a single to Crossman, who stands at second after leading off the inning with a stolen base, or with a single, then stole second. Struck out Cook. O'Donnell, though, with a walk, and that brings up Garrett Scott, the left fielder. Scott, out of West Texas College, Klein, Texas native, will go after the first pitch, and that's through into left field. And they'll put on the brakes at third for Crossman as Raspberry was playing shallow, and now the bases are loaded. That ball was hit pretty hard into left field. And so the bases are loaded for Colton Onstott, the catcher. Onstott, the left-handed hitting catcher from Potter, Nebraska, by way of Dodge City Community College. Spent his school season at Dodge, now at Liberal, part of the BJs. With one down, bases loaded. First offering is spotted on the outside part of the plate. Just catching that outside part of the plate to Colton Onstott, hitting just 200 on the season. That's Peyton Battenfield in some trouble here with one out, the bases loaded. So play in the top of the first with one down. And there's another offering, goes off speed pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Home plate umpire Corey Burkhart, very deliberate with his with his call behind home plate. There's the 0-2 offering with the bases loaded. He'll come to the plate and miss high. Trying to put a little extra on it, and he misses upstairs. The first ball of the at bat after falling behind last couple of hitters. Battenfield, the 1-2 count. He'll come to the plate. Here's a ground ball through the right side. That's going to drive in at least one run. Coming on is Boone. Throw is cut off, and so 2 runs will score. And the BJs will play a pair of runs and take a 2-0 lead on the RBI single for Colton Onstott. It's on at first. As Crossman and Cale O'Donnell both come around to score. So Liberal jumps out to the 2-0 lead here. Still just one out. And runners now at the corners. As Liberal will send Jaron Robinson to the plate. The shortstop, right-handed hitting shortstop. Runners at the corners. Sees the first pitch from Battenfield, miss inside. Mentioned first start of the year for Battenfield as a Hayes Lark. Already a couple of runs across. Here's a chopper right back up the middle. That'll score another one. And so runners at first and second now, as coming in to score is Garrett Scott. That's 3-0 on the RBI single for Jaron Robinson. And the 7th hitter of the lineup here in this first inning will come to the plate. That'll be the third baseman, Trent Maloney. Maloney, the junior from Metro State. He's a Castle Rock, Colorado native. Stands in the left-handed batter's box. Still one down. There's a first and second, and then going after a pitch in the dirt is Maloney, hitting .292 on the year. A couple of runs driven in. So falls behind here, no balls and a strike. Battenfield already with 3 runs allowed here in this first inning. Liberal scored 4 in the first inning yesterday. Try to do that again here today with runners at first and second. It's the 0-1 offering is a little bit low from Peyton Battenfield. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Maloney, that left-handed hitting third baseman, waits on the 1-1 offering and chopped down the first base line, but foul. And so it's a ball and 2 strikes. One down in the inning. That was Zach Cook on the strikeout. But since then, a walk. A single, in fact, 3 straight singles. 2 of them were RBI singles. Battenfield to the plate, and here's a pitch just fouled out of play down that third base line. Maloney just trying to stay alive and spoil that pitch out of play. The count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Long inning here for the Hayes Larks starter, Peyton Battenfield. Here's a little slow roller, and they're going to say it's going to be a foul ball off of the hitter on the box. So that one hit off of Maloney's foot. And Maloney going to get some time to walk that one off. As the home plate umpire, Corey Burkhart, will walk a ball out to the pitcher, Battenfield. Now, third base coach also going to come in. That one may have hit off the ankle. He's got a shin guard on that front leg for the left-handed hitting Maloney, but still stung pretty good. So step in the batter's box with runner at second, runner at first. On stop with a 2-run single out there at second. RBI single for Robinson as he leads from first. And the 1-2 offering is high in the zone. And so it evens a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. One down here in the inning. Already 3 runs across in the Liberal half of the first inning. Battenfield struggling with command. And 3 balls that were hit right on the ground, and another pitch that will miss low, and so the count runs full. So Battenfield runs the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to another Liberal hitter. After getting ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This will be skied out of play down that third base line. Raspberry took a look, but that one, aided by the wind, got foul down that left field line. Again, it's really blowing from right center across to left. That's a 3-2 offering. This one is skied foul down the right field line this time. Got out in front of that one, but pulled it foul. So we'll do that 3-2 pitch over again. For Trent Maloney, the third baseman. Really battling here in inning number 1. The Larks down 3-0. Liberal. A couple of RBI singles. Here's a little blooper into center field. Coming on to make the play is Givens. His throwback is not in time to second, so 2 down in the inning. As Maloney will fly out to Keone Givens, the Oklahoma center fielder from Choctaw, Oklahoma. And so 2 down now in the inning. And that'll bring up Austin Ott. He's the designated hitter. Stand in the right-handed batter's box, hitting .235 on the season. See if Battenfield could find a way to work out of the jam. Righty-righty matchup. 2 down. Battenfield delivers a first pitch strike. Battenfield struck out Cook, but since then, Liberal found a way to get 4 straight guys on before he was able to retire Maloney on that fly ball to center field. 0-1 delivery. He is in there for a strike. So quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Of the number 8 hitter, the designated hitter, Austin Ott. Liberal leading 3-0 as Battenfield will come set. Here's the pitch. This one grounded to Remy at second. Throw to first in time, but Liberal will score 3 runs in their half of the first. Lead at 3-0 as we head to the Larks half of the first. As you're listening to Hayes Larks Baseball.
Patty truly cares about her clients. She helped me find a home that was perfect for my family.
She loves people, she loves her jobs, and she loves what she does, and she's going to please her clients and make sure that her clients are very, very happy.
Patty and her team worked hard for us.
They truly had our best interest at heart.
Experience, integrity, and commitment to your real estate needs are essential qualities when choosing a real estate professional. I put my heart and soul into every transaction. Choosing the right agent makes all the difference.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, certified to provide appraisals for your next transaction. Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, all of your residential and commercial lawn maintenance needs. Pulis Lock and Key, all of your key needs, including sales and service on safes. The Almond Company, fast, friendly service you can trust along with free estimates. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Oni Gibbons. I got 30. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you got to come back to me. Back into Larks Park after Liberal scores 3 runs in the top half of the first inning, and the Larks with their leadoff hitter, Keone Givens. Givens watches a first pitch strike in there from Jake Harrison. Harrison, the starter for Liberal, already his second appearance on the young season, 1-0, as Givens will foul this pitch into the fence down the first base line, and so Givens quickly behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Givens hitting .222 on the season, with a run driven in. Freshman from Oklahoma, Jones, Oklahoma, and he'll swing over the top of this pitch, and so quickly 1 down on the strikeout for Givens. That'll bring up Nick Jones. He'll be followed by Trevor Boone. Jones, the catcher, hitting .294 on the season. Jones, a freshman from Battle Creek, Michigan. It's an Eastern Michigan product. 0 for 5 last night with a strikeout. And he'll go after the first pitch in line. This one back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Nick Jones. Larks' number 2 hitter will bring up Trevor Boone, the right fielder, hitting .375 on the year with a home run and 2 runs driven in. Trevor Boone, a big part of this offense so far in 2 games. This is his 3rd appearance for the Larks. Hitting .375 as the right-hander waits on the first pitch from Harrison that is called a strike as it catches the inside part of the plate. Jake Harrison, the sophomore from Huffman, Texas, delivers on a pitch that is in there. The count even now at a ball and a strike. Runner is Jones from first. He has not attempted a stolen base on the season. And the righty-righty matchup, another pitch that's called strike 3. And so Boone on 3 straight pitches looking is out number 2. I'll bring up Spencer Packard, the designated hitter. Packard, the left-handed hitting designated hitter, trying to get something going for the Larks, hitting .350 on the season. Packard, freshman from Arizona Western College, waits on the first offering. They'll miss low and away from Jake Harrison. Harrison 1-0 on the summer. Went 6 innings in his only appearance on the season. Gave up just 3 hits, walked a couple of batters. And now here's a little flare into left field. That's going to get over the left fielder's head. Down for a base hit. And coming around and stopping at third is Nick Jones on a 2-out double from Spencer Packard. Now the Larks have a couple of runners in scoring position on a 2-out double for Packard. That ball got out there into down that left field line, and the left fielder taking a look at it as Scott misjudged that, had to go over his head, and now Alex Weiss, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Alex hitting 4 of his last 5. Senior from Fort Hays will go after the first pitch and foul this one out of play. Back behind home plate, Weiss, the Wellington, Kansas native, playing in his 6th game, has hit in 4 of 5 so far, hitting just .200. But was 1 for 4 with a couple of runs driven in last night in the loss. He'll go after this one, flying into center field. the center fielder will come into the right center field area, and making the play is Crossman. So the Larks get a couple on, but ain't able to bring anybody home. Liberal leads 3-0 after one, as this is Hayes Larks baseball.
It's almost time for the 8th annual Fort Hays State University Tiger Auction and Dinner. This year's event will be on Saturday, August 26th at the Schmidt-Bickel Indoor Training Facility. Don't wait. Tickets will be gone before you know it. This year's auction includes a fantastic dinner with all of your FHSU friends, a silent and live auction, and a chance to win cash. Proceeds help the Fort Hays State Athletic Department. Sponsored by Eagle Communications. For tickets and more information, go to tigerauction.org. The Tiger Auction and Dinner, Saturday, August 26th. Get your tickets now. Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Brock Whitmore is there. Sternberg Museum, Discovery Under the Dome. Gutch's Barn Grill, the freshest ingredients, wood-fired pizza, and a great atmosphere. Downing Nelson Oil, a proud sponsor of Hayes Larks baseball. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Back into Larks Park, where the Liberal BJs have a 3-0 lead after one inning of play. They were able to get 4 hits in that first inning off the Larks starter Peyton Battenfield. Larks did threaten their half of the first, but leave a couple on, as it will be the 9. Then back to the top of the order, 1 and 2 hitters due up for Liberal in this inning, as Caleb Ward will lead it off. Ward making just his second appearance in a game for the make it third appearance here for the BJs. Does not have a hit as the first pitch from Battenfield in there for a strike to start this second inning. As Peyton quickly to work on the 0-2 pitch. That will bounce up there, and it evens the count at a ball and a strike. So Ward does have a run scored in 7 plate appearances, but does not have a hit so far, as the righty waits on the pitch. That will miss away. And the count runs to 2 balls and a strike. Battenfield needs a quick inning here after facing 8 in inning number 1, as this pitch is spoiled back and out of play behind home plate. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Liberal 3 across in their half of the first. Leading 3-0. There's a 2-2 offering and a pitch that will miss low and away. That evens the count now, or actually runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 offering, and it will be ball 4. As Caleb Ward draws a leadoff walk, second walk allowed for Battenfield, and now back to the top of the order, and Nate Crossman. For Battenfield, who's making his Larks debut. Already a couple of walks given up here. Let's go back to the top of the order, and Crossman. Crossman takes first pitch that is called a ball. Crossman singled, stole second, then came around to score. Back in inning number 1. Got everything started for Liberal. Another pitch that will miss. Nope, that one's called a strike. So it evens the count at a ball and a strike. Just does catch the inside part of the plate. As Crossman, who's in that right-handed batter's box, waits on the pitch, and this one will be fouled to the Liberal dugout. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff walk for Caleb Ward, the right fielder. And now Battenfield comes to the plate. Runner started to go. Here's a little flare into right field, but it'll push foul down the right field line. Long run for Boone, unable to get there. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Wind trying to die down a little bit. Still at a gusty pace here at Larks Park on this warm Sunday evening. Here's a rope that's going to be down for a base hit into the left center field. Coming over to cut it off is Raspberry. Does a good job to get it into third, but it'll be a double for Crossman, and now runners at second and third with nobody out on the top of the second inning. Sperry had to cut it off into the gap over there. But the double with nobody out puts the BJs in business again. With nobody down here in the top of the second, already leading 3-0. As Zach Cook, the second baseman, will come to the plate. Cook struck out swinging in his first appearance, and now Battenfield misses away. Crossman with his first double of the season puts runners at second and third for Liberal. Top of the second. There's a pitch that's in there for a strike. So evens the count now at a ball and a strike. 5 hits allowed so far. Throw an inning plus of work so far, and now pitch that misses low. And it's 2 balls and a strike. As Birchfield, righty with a long look in. Trying to dig deep here, already down 3-0 after this pitch, and that's a base hit past a diving Boston. 1 run will score. Coming around, and Crossman in ahead of the throw that went over the head of the Larks catcher all the way to the backstop, and that allowed Cook to go to second. And it's 5-0, Liberal with the lead. As Ward and Crossman both come in to score. On the 2-run single, and then going to second on the throw was Cook. So he drives in 2. And now O'Donnell will come to the plate. Cale, the first baseman, walked, came around to score in his first plate appearance. 5-0 Liberal with the lead. 3 runs in the first, 2 now here in the second with nobody down, and now the Larks scramble to get somebody into the pin. So there's a little chopper to first, flip from the catcher, from the first baseman Snelzer to Battenfield covering, and they'll get the first down of the inning. But a runner will advance to third as Cook goes to third on the fielder's choice. As there's 1 down now. And that will bring up the left fielder, Garrett Scott. Not sure who's up in the pin. Looks like Mark's got a righty up as the runner leads from third, and now Scott watches a pitch, off-speed pitch that's in there for a strike. Scott singled, came around to score in the first. 3-2 the lead. Or make it 5-0 after Liberal, as this pitch misses inside. Scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second. So far with a runner leading from third. There's Battenfield. We'll take a look at third. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now. 1 down here in the inning. Battenfield, head of the count. Trying to limit the damage again, and now at home plate, Scott will call for time. Scott, who was 7 of 14 coming in, picks up his 8th hit in 15 at-bats. Now here's a chopper to Boston at short. Bobbles it, trying to come home, and now everybody's safe. Boston was trying to come home. Took a pretty good bounce off of the turf as they were playing in. Not allow the run to score. And so that will be an error on Boston, which allowed Scott to reach. He drives in a run as the pitcher, the next hitter will line this one down the right field line. That's going to be fair all the way to the fence. Scott takes a big turn at third, and the Larks won't get him at home, and another run is across. That's the 4th run of the inning. And it is 7-0 in favor of Liberal on the RBI double for Colton Onstadt. So Onstadt's been on base twice and drove in a run. Scott came around to score. Now that'll bring up Jaron Robinson. With the Larks down 7-0. And a cut and miss to the first offering to Jaron Robinson, who singled. So the BJs have scored 4 runs this half of the second inning, and there is just 1 out. Robinson, with a runner at second, will swing over the top of this pitch. So Robinson quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Onstad out there at second, following the double. Goes Battenfield, takes a look at second. Now he'll come to the plate on the 0-2 pitch. That's through the hole on the left side, and that's a base hit. And they'll hold the catcher Onstad at third as he advanced on the base hit by Robinson. A couple of singles for Jaron Robinson. And that's going to do it for the Larks starter, Peyton Battenfield. As I believe we're going to have a pitching change. 7-0 the lead, and they will go to the pen. So we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Liberal with 4 across in the inning. Just 1 out so far. They lead 7-0 as we play in the top half of the second inning. This is Hayes Larks Baseball.
You know the feeling. Having no boundaries, being limitless, the feeling of freedom. What if that feeling was in your home, right in your hands? For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50. Bundle your TV and save even more. Free from contracts. The longer you stay, the more you save. Now that's freedom with Eagle Communications. It's your internet, your way. Call 877-61-EAGLE today.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Brock Whitmore is there. Sternberg Museum, Discovery Under the Dome. Gutch's Barn Grill, the freshest ingredients, wood-fired pizza, and a great atmosphere. Downing Nelson Oil, a proud sponsor of Hayes Larks Baseball. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Back into Larks Park where the new pitcher is Ryan Katulik, the freshman from Abilene Christian by way of Showalter, Texas. So the Larks will turn to the righty Katulik for a second game in a row. He worked last night as well. In fact, worked an inning of relief, allowed just 1 hit, making his 4th appearance on the young season is Ryan Katulik. I expect him to try and eat some innings for the Larks. His starter, Peyton Battenfield, goes an inning and a third, gives up 8 hits, 7 runs. 6 of them, I believe, will be earned. Scott reached on the air. So he's also responsible for the runner Onstad, who's on second, and Jaron Robinson, who is on at first. As Battenfield's Larks debut is a rough one, as he doesn't make it out of the second inning. The Larks are down 7-0 with runners at the corners and 1 down. 7 runs. Pitch was a ball, so it's 3 balls and a strike. That run makes it 8-0 in favor of Liberal with 2 down in the second. There's a chopper back up the middle. That's a base hit into center field. Here comes the runner. It's Robinson with a throw to the plate, and it's not going to be in time. It bounced away from the catcher. As Robinson will come in to score, it's the 9th run across. As Ott will come away with the RBI single. He went to second on the throw. And so now 6 runs home in the top of the second inning. And it is 9-0 with the 9th hitter to come to the plate for Liberal in the top of the second. It's Caleb Ward. He walked the lead off the inning. Katulik with a long look home runner at second and misses low. So Liberal, as the home plate umpire, must have had something in his eye. I'll take a quick timeout to gather himself. Larks baseball brought to you in part by Next Tech. Internet, TV, phone, wireless, and security. Next Tech here for you. So brought to you by the Meckenstop Group, Agent Keith Harper, and a Western Beverage. Katulik, righty on righty matchup to Caleb Ward, the number 9 hitter. And Katulik will miss wide. So Katulik is falling behind. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 down here in the inning. Our leads from second. Katulik to the plate, and he missed low. So 3 balls and no strikes to Caleb Ward. With Crossman, the leadoff hitter, waiting in the on-deck circle. The 9th hitter of the inning to come to the plate. And now Katulik throws it to the backstop, and that will be a walk. And then the runner goes up on the wild pitch to third base. So the timeout is Jones going to go talk to his battery mate Katulik. As Crossman will come to the plate with the runners at the corners. Nate Crossman singled, stole second, came around to score in the first, doubled, came around to score in the second. Earlier here in the second, making his second plate appearance in the inning. Katulik delivers on a first pitch strike. Here in the second inning. A couple of runs scored already for Crossman. It is 9-0 Liberal with the lead. Coming to the plate. Now a pitch fouled back into the screen. And so it's no balls and 2 strikes. Katulik ahead here in the count, trying to mercifully put it into this inning, and that pitch will miss low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Nine hits in the ball game for the BJs. We've got 2 down here in the second inning. Off-speed pitch that will break high in the zone. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Katulik, a strikeout to enter the inning, when he entered the ball game, rather. Since then has given up a single and a walk. Here's a pitch that's fouled back to the screen, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two down, the 2-2 pitch from Katulik, righty on righty. So deliver to the pitch to Crossman, the leadoff hitter. 2-2 is going to be fouled out of play. So a couple of foul balls now. This will be the 7th pitch at the at-bat. Katulik threw just 8 pitches last night in his 1 inning of work, so I think he's relatively fresh for the Larks. 2-2 offering and off-speed pitch that is in the dirt in the area around home plate, and now the count full. Already 6 across in the inning for Liberal. Chased Larks starter Peyton Battenfield after an inning and a third. As Katulik will deliver. Runner off from second, and he walked it. That'll load the bases. As Ward is now at second on the walk. And Austin Ott as we're going to have a meeting at the mound. As pitching coach Keith Harper will make his way out to talk to his reliever Katulik. Larks Baseball brought to you in part by Midwest Energy, making energy work for you. Also brought to you by Next Tech Wireless, Aflac agent Sean Schwartz, and Toby Jugs. Larks in the middle of their longest homestand of the season as the meeting is over in the middle of the mound as Coach Corey home plate umpire Corey Burkhart started to chase him back. Of course, it is Military Appreciation Night tonight. Larks will be off tomorrow before being right back here on Tuesday. As now to the plate comes Zach Cook. He had the 2-run single in his first plate appearance of this inning as Katulik misses away on the first pitch. Larks will welcome Oklahoma City to town next week for the first of 3. The Indians making their Jayhawk League season debut, or first season I should say, in the Jayhawk League as the pitch from Katulik called a strike. Cook had that 2-run single back in the second inning as the count even at a ball and a strike. Katulik to the plate on the 1-1, and he'll bounce that one up there. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. To Zach Cook. Cook came in hitting 111 on the season. Infielder from Flower Mound, Texas. Katulik on the 2-1 offering. That'll miss away. And now with 3 balls and a strike, nowhere to put him with 2 down. Already a pair of walks allowed in relief for Katulik. Here's a little chopper to Remy at second. Throw on to first in time, but the damage done. 6 across in the second inning. Liberal on top 9-0 as we played an inning and a half. This is Larks Baseball.
The Ducks are back. The second annual Hayes Duck Derby, presented by Eagle Communications and benefiting Big Brothers Big Sisters, is Wednesday, August 2nd from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Hayes Aquatic Park. Adopt a duck and you could win the grand prize, which is a car. Sponsored by James Motor Company, Hayes Chevrolet, Lewis Automotive Group, Auto World, Car Zone, Bid Kansas Auto Auction, and Happy's Autos. Visit hayesduckderby.net for more information. The Ducks are coming.
Today's Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by the Pheasant Run, made from scratch breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, wishing the Hayes Larks the best of luck. Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. Stay Glass Company, plate glass, window glass, mirrors, furniture tops, glazing, contractors, and more. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Head to the bottom of the second inning. Liberal on top of Hayes. 9-0 on 9 hits. We played an inning and a half. Larks will send Clayton Raspberry to the plate, the left fielder, hitting .533. Waits from the first pitch, and he'll go after this, deliver this into the gap into left center. Make it right center, but it holds up there in time as the wind helped it hang up there in time for the center fielder Crossman to make the catch. And on the first pitch of the inning, Raspberry will fly out. So 1 down in the inning. And again, that was the right center. The wind is blowing really from right center to left, although it has shifted just a little bit, but it helped keep that ball in the air as Jacob Boston, the shortstop, up next. Jacob watches the first pitch called a strike. There's first plate appearance facing Jake Harrison, the right-hander. Harrison will deliver on the 0-2 offering, and that one is a little bit high. That evens the count at a ball and a strike. Boston struggling a little bit on the young season. So he'll step out and readjust his leg protector. Boston, the infielder from Angelo State, from Chandler, Arizona, waits on the 1-1 pitch. Off speed that this is way up in the zone as Boston turns away from it. So 2 balls and a strike. Boston hitting just 136 on the season. And now inside. That's 3 balls and a strike. Boston 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. Did not play in game 1 of the series. Struck out once, and now he'll lift this one into down the first base line. In fact, running all the way into foul territory down that first base line to make the catch was Cook. Cook had a long way from his second base position to go. And that one wasn't wind aided by any means. That one just a long run for Cook. And now 2 down in the inning on the pop-up in foul territory. And now Jake Selzer to the plate. Jake, first baseman, left-handed hitting first baseman, takes a first pitch strike from Harrison. Harrison has jumped ahead of each batter in this inning, and he works quickly into the windup and now fouled back and out of play. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Selzer, the first baseman, will cut on a miss, and it's a 1-2-3 inning on the strikeout of Selzer. The Larks go in order. Now 9-0 as we head to the top of the 3rd. This is Larks Baseball.
I'm DJ Dan. I'm the Corporate Production Director for the radio division for Eagle Communications. I'm also the Operations Manager for the Manhattan property. I take care of the day-to-day operations in the Manhattan property. I also take care of all my production, take care of any scheduling and any promotion or events. There's 2 things I really enjoy about my job. One is hearing our clients have success stories. The other is when I have a listener go absolutely ballistic because I've made their day. When I hear them and the excitement in their voice, that really keeps me coming back every day.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, certified to provide appraisals for your next transaction. Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, all of your residential and commercial lawn maintenance needs. Pulis Lock and Key, all of your key needs, including sales and service on safes. The Almond Company, fast, friendly service you can trust along with free estimates. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Liberal on top of the Hayes Larks, 9-0 in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Hayes behind a great pitching performance from Alex Lopez. Won game 1 Friday night, 1-0. Hard to do here at Larks Park and hard to do in the Jayhawk League, but Alex was sharp at a 1-0 win. Game 2 yesterday saw a 4-run first inning for the BJs as they held on to win 6-5, and now they lead 9-0 here in game 3. And the first offering to Cale O'Donnell, the first baseman, is spoiled back and out of play. As in for his 2nd inning of work is Ryan Katulik. It's Katulik's pitch and off-speed breaking ball that's in there for a strike. And he jumps ahead of O'Donnell here, no balls and 2 strikes. Retired the final 2 of that 2nd inning to Katulik, but it was not an easy job as he misses inside. As it's a ball and 2 strikes. To O'Donnell, the right-handed hitting first baseman. came in as that's a called strike 3 on a breaking ball. And O'Donnell not happy with the call from home plate umpire Corey Burkhart. He had a long talk as Burkhart still kind of looking him back to the dugout as he took a exception to the called strike 3. In fact, drew a line inside the batter's box where he thought that pitch was. So one down is now, that will bring up Garrett Scott, the left fielder. The first pitch from Katulik is called a ball. So one down here in the inning as Katulik will go to the windup, and the 1-0 offering to Scott is in there for a strike as it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 9-0 on 9 hits for the Liberal BJs as the 1-1 offering misses inside. And so it's 2 balls and a strike. Scott reached on a single, scored in the first as he chops this one into the area around home plate, and it's a foul ball. And so 2-2 the count. Scott's been on base twice. Mentioned the single and the runs scored in the first, reached on an error in the second, came around to score. And out of the plate, and he hit him. Breaking ball hits Scott. And so Scott is on base for the 3rd time here in this ball game. I'll bring up the catcher, Colton Onstadt. Onstadt, the left-handed hitting catcher. As Katulik back to the stretch, delivers on a first pitch strike. 1 down here in the inning. As Katulik with a long look in and delivers on a pitch that misses away. As it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. To the number 5 hitter, the catcher Onstadt. He'll chop this one high on the turf. Second baseman Remy will throw it to first on the fielder's choice. And there are 2 down in the inning as Scott will advance to second. With 2 down here in the inning, that'll bring up Jaron Robinson. A couple of singles for Robinson. Drove in a run in the first. Had a run in the second. Also stole a bag that allowed on that delayed double steal. Allowed Onstadt to come home as here's a pitch that misses up in the zone. As Katulik falls behind, 1 ball and no strikes. A look, now he'll deliver. Here's a pitch that's grounded to the third baseman, Weiss. Throw on in time. And the Larks trail as we head to the bottom of the 3rd, 9-0. As this is Hayes Larks baseball.
You know the feeling, having no boundaries, being limitless. The feeling of freedom. What if that feeling was in your home, right in your hands? For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50. Bundle your TV and save even more, free from contracts. The longer you stay, the more you save. Now that's freedom with Eagle Communications. It's your internet, your way. Call 877-61-EAGLE.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Brock Whitmore is there. Sternberg Museum, Discovery Under the Dome. Gutch's Bar and Grill, the freshest ingredients, wood-fired pizza, and a great atmosphere. Downing Nelson Oil, a proud sponsor of Hayes Larks baseball. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Larks will have the number 9 hitter, then the first leadoff hitter, then the 1 and 2 hitters to lead off the bottom half of the 3rd. Liberal leading 9-0 Larks trying to get something going here as we head to the third inning with Max Remy and Keone Givens and then Nick Jones. So Remy hitting .214 on the season, his first plate appearance against Jake Harrison. Harrison got up a couple of hits, but so far held the Larks off the scoreboard. And now a pitch that buzzes Remy off the plate. That's Remy, the second baseman, stands in that right-handed batter's box. Here's the 1-0 pitch that misses inside. And so Remy ahead now here, 2 balls and no strikes. Trying to get the leadoff man on for the Larks here in this third inning. There's a little ground ball that's right back up the middle and a little seeing eye single. That goes past the diving second baseman Cook and a leadoff single for Max Remy. As Remy now with a 3-game hit streak. His second hit of the series. Now 2 for 4. Scored actually drove in a run yesterday. As Keone Givens will come to the plate now, and the breaking ball misses inside. Givens struck out swinging to lead off the first for the Larks. Down 9-0. And here's a pitch that will be popped up and back and out of play. Wind's going to help that one get back to the concourse area, maybe even back to some cars back there behind home plate. And the count even at a ball and a strike. As Remy led off the inning with a single, he leads from first. Right-handed hitting outfielder takes a breaking ball. It's in there for a strike as Givens falls behind now, a ball and 2 strikes. Givens got a hit yesterday. As this pitch misses up in the zone. Catcher Onstad had to stand up to get that one. As it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's another pitch that's fouled back and out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hayes Larks baseball brought to you in part by USAFE Pharmacy. Free delivery in the Hayes area along with same-day mail-out service. There's a 2-2 pitch. Is going to be blooped into right center field just over the top of a jumping shortstop. And so a couple of singles to start this third as the Larks have runners at first and second. USAFE Pharmacy, a local drugstore, and much more. Now to bring up Nick Jones, the catcher. He singled in the first inning. So after getting a quick couple of innings, Harrison now with some traffic. See if the Larks can chip away at a 9-0 lead for the Liberal BJs in Game 3 of this 3-game set here in Hayes at Larks Park on what's turned out to be a pretty beautiful Sunday. Here's a little chopper to short. On to second, Cook throws it to the Liberal dugout, and now a runner's going to round first, and coming in to score will be the first run of the game for the Larks as Max Remy will score on the air by the shortstop, or make it the air by the second baseman Cook. As they get Givens out at second for out number 1. On the fielder's choice, but Jones will reach on the air by the second baseman Cook. He airmailed first base as Trevor Boone watches a first pitch that misses low. As the Larks get on the board, trailing 9-1 now. As Trevor, who struck out on 3 straight pitches, watches another pitch miss inside, and so he's ahead here in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Getting .375 on the season for Boone. Runner leads from first, and he'll lift this one up on the infield. He'll actually carry out to center field, and now a long run coming in to make the play was Scott. Left fielder called off the center fielder Crossman, and made the catch. Scott had to come a long way from left field to make the catch. But there are 2 down now in the inning. And that will bring up Spencer Packard, the designated hitter. He doubled for the Larks in his first plate appearance back in the first inning, but was stranded at second. Harrison's pitch misses low, and it's a ball and no strikes. Spencer Packard, Larks left-handed hitting designated hitter. And he watches this pitch miss as well. So he's ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes. He's the Tucson, Arizona product. Runner leads from first, and this one will be lifted to left field. Scott with a long run, and he will track it down out there in left field. Good play by Scott. Made a couple long running catches to end the inning. Larks get a 1 run across after 3. Hayes trailing 9-1. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
You're not dreaming. Your favorite Food Network shows are now live streaming.
Can I watch them here?
Yes, my dear, with a simple tap on the Watch Food Network app.
Snap. Can I watch my favorite show?
You can watch your favorite show live streaming on the go.
Whoa.
Can we watch it while we're baking?
On all your devices, whatever you're making, download the Watch Food Network app today.
Included in your Eagle Communications TV subscription. Visit www.eaglecom.net to learn more.
Today's Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by the Pheasant Run, made from scratch breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, wishing the Hayes Larks the best of luck. Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. State Glass Company, plate glass, window glass, mirrors, furniture tops, glazing, contractors, and more. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Head to the top of the 4th inning, where Liberal leads 9-1. They get 3 runs in the first, add 6 in the second. Hayes did get a run back in the third. So we welcome you back into Larks Park on this Sunday evening. It was a 94-degree start to our day. 88 degrees now this afternoon on a still pretty gusty afternoon, and now into the evening hours here at Larks Park. As we head to the top of the third, it'll be Trent Maloney, the third baseman, to lead it off for Liberal, and he cuts and misses at the first pitch, the left-handed hitting Maloney. So that is elbow guard come off into that swing as Katulik delivers on a pitch that will be sprayed between the gap and a short and third base, and a leadoff single for Trent Maloney as he's on for the first time in the ball game. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Austin Ott. Ott here in this 4th inning. He's been on base once, singled, drove in a run back in the 2nd inning. As he is 1 for 2 in the game, grounded out to second to end the first inning, his first time up. First pitch from Katulik out there for his 3rd inning of work, misses high and wide. And so it's 1-0 from Ryan Katulik. Katulik came in relief in that 2nd inning, still back out there as a chopper diving and making the play at first is Selzer. He'll take it to the bag himself as he is able to corral that one over there at first, and there's 1 down in the inning. Maloney will go to second as Selzer was able to smother that one at first. And now Caleb Ward will come up. Ward, couple of walks, scored a run back in the 2nd inning. In fact, both his plate appearances were in the 2nd inning. So he walked twice in the inning. Pitch from Katulik misses inside. And so it's 1 ball and no strikes. So play here on the top of the 4th inning. 10 hits, for 3 1/3 for the Liberal BJs. Offering misses low. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And now the throw from Jones goes into center field as it gets past the catcher, Katulik. And Boston will track it down, and the runner will advance to third. On the Larks there, it'll be the second error of the game for the Larks. As the catcher, Jones, and that one get away from him back to Katulik. Now a runner at third, and Katulik's pitch misses inside, and so he's fallen behind now to Caleb Ward. 3 balls and no strikes. And Ward takes this pitch that will miss, or actually it will catch the strike zone, so it's 3 balls and a strike. It's the second Larks error. And this pitch misses. Nope. It's in there for a strike. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. After the first 3 missed, Katulik battling back. Here's the full count offering. Takes a look at third, and now he'll walk him. That's the 3rd walk of the game for the number 9 hitter, Caleb Ward. Back around to the top of the order, and the leadoff hitter, center fielder, Nate Crossman. He's been on base 3 times, walked, but was stranded at first. Also doubled and scored a run in the second as he batted around, or they batted around, and he went to the plate twice in the second. Katulik will catch the top side of the zone on the first pitch to Nate Crossman. Sophomore, I mentioned he's the Derby, Kansas native from Neosho County Community College. Runners at the corners with 1 down in the inning. And now Jones has that pitch get away from him, but able to hop on it quickly. Almost called a ball. And so the count even at a ball and a strike. With 1 down in the inning and runners at the corners. Long look from Ryan Katulik, the pitcher to the plate. Here's a chopper to Remy at second. He'll go to Boston at short, and he's only got the play at second base for out number 2. So the run will come in and score as Ward is out at second on the fielder's choice. But running well was Crossman, as he'll reach on the fielder's choice. And so now 2 outs in the inning. Bring up the number 2 hitter, Zach Cook, second baseman. Watches this pitch miss away. Cook 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Drove in 2 runs as well. Runner leads from first. Katulik to the plate on the 1-0 pitch, and he misses high and outside. So Katulik's fallen behind Zach Cook, the second baseman, 2-0. And the Larks with more action in their bullpen. I believe it's Kent Hassler who's out there warming up the righty for the Larks. Katulik's pitch is lofted into the gap, and that'll get down for a base hit into right center field, or left center field rather, coming around to score as the throw is in time, but that time Jones couldn't handle it at home plate, and so the run will score on the throw home as Zach Cook drives in another run. As Crossman came all the way around to score from first. And it's 11-1. And that may do it for Katulik in the game. As it's 11-1, and that will do it for Ryan Katulik. Liberal leading 11-1. With 2 down here in the 4th, we'll have a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back, as you're listening to Hayes Larks Baseball.
You know the feeling, having no boundaries, being limitless, the feeling of freedom. What if that feeling was in your home, right in your hands? For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50. Bundle your TV and save even more. Free from contracts, The longer you stay, the more you save. Now that's freedom with Eagle Communications. It's your internet, your way. Call 877-61-EAGLE today.
Today's Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by the Pheasant Run, made from scratch breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, wishing the Hayes Larks the best of luck. Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. State Glass Company, plate glass, window glass, mirrors, furniture tops, glazing, contractors, and more. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Back into Larks Park, where the new Larks pitcher is Kit Hassler, a junior from Louisiana Tech. He's an Arizona native from Chandler, Arizona. That's the Phoenix area. So already 2 runs across here in the 4th inning for Liberal, and we've got 2 down as the righty Hassler finishes his warm-up. Larks have given up 11 runs on 11 hits. They have 2 errors as well. So far here in the 4th, 2 runs across. So Liberal with 3 in the 1st, 6 in the 2nd, and 2 more here in the 4th inning. As Hassler will come to the plate for the Larks. Or rather, he will toe the rubber for the Larks. Hassler making his 2nd appearance. Went 4 innings back on June 8th against Dodge City. Not factor into the decision. Went 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits. He walked 1, struck out 2. And a 8-7 loss for the Larks. So the righty Hassler making his 2nd Hayes Larks appearance as he will face Cale O'Donnell, the first baseman, who spoils the first pitch out of play. That one right towards the first base dugout. That's where the Liberal BJs call home this evening. The visitors' dugout down there. So with 2 outs here in the inning, runner is at 2nd. As Crossman came around to score a moment ago. And this one's fouled back to the screen. As it's Zach Cook out there at 2nd after the RBI single. He laced that one to the gap out there. As the pitch was fouled off, it's now no balls and 2 strikes as this pitch will miss out of the zone, and so it moves the count to a ball and 2 strikes. So 2 down here in the inning. Runner at 2nd. Hassler in relief of Ryan Katulik. Came in that 2nd inning in relief of Peyton Battenfield. Battenfield struggled through an inning and a 3rd. There's a pitch lined foul down the right field line. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes as Jones quickly out to talk to his battery mate Hassler. And again with a runner out there at 2nd. You want to make sure you get the signs right. With the right-handed hitting O'Donnell. Waiting on the 1-2 offering with 2 down in the top of the 4th. Already 2 across. Here's a little chopper. Remy at 2nd. He'll field the hop and throw the man out in time at 1st. But 2 more across for Liberal. They lead 11-1. We played 3.5. As this is Hayes Larks baseball.
The whole entire process of selling our home and buying a home, the communication between us and her was tremendous.
She's able to find the people who are interested in that exact home that's on the market.
Patty is energetic, honest, and truly cares about her clients.
They truly had our best interest at heart.
I am a native of Ellis County, and I have over 30 years in the real estate profession. My goal is to make your experience personal and first class. Call me for all of your real estate needs.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, certified to provide appraisals for your next transaction. Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, all of your residential and commercial lawn maintenance needs. Pulis Lock and Key, all of your key needs, including sales and service on safes. The Almond Company, fast, friendly service you can trust along with free estimates. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.
End of the bottom half of the fourth inning. Hayes trailing 11-1. Alex Weiss will lead it off, followed by Clayton Raspberry and Jacob Boston due up. It's the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Hayes Larks against Jake Harrison. Harrison, who is 1-0 on the year coming in, already with 1 run allowed in this one, but has really cruised along, holding the Larks to just 1 run on 4 hits as he delivers a pitch that will miss low to the Larks' third baseman, Alex Weiss. Weiss, of course, mentioned earlier, so he'll chop this one to third, and the throw, good strong throw by Maloney at third to throw out Weiss. So one third baseman grounds out to the other, and there's 1 down. I mentioned coming in, Weiss had hit in 4 of his last 5, but he is now 0 for 2 in the game. So that'll bring up Clayton Raspberry. That's Raspberry, left-handed hitting Lark. Waits on the first pitch that catches the zone. Left fielder behind in the count, no balls and a strike. Came in hitting 533. As Harrison misses away. Now the count even at a ball and a strike. Raspberry, the left fielder, flied out to center back in the second inning in his first plate appearance. Now ahead here in the count as that one misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison works quickly, 2-1. This will be popped up in foul territory, close to the Larks dugout, giving a long look, but into the concourse. Out of play goes that one. As the fans all run for cover while the kids all chase the baseball. So it evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison on the 2-2 offering is chopped foul. So the count will remain 2-2 as that one may have hit Raspberry as it bounced in the box. And so the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison into the windup on the 2-2 offering, and Raspberry again will lift this one out of play right behind the Larks dugout. And again back around the concession area over there. Raspberry, the Rockwell, Texas native, to Stephen F. Austin. Was 1 for 1 yesterday. Used in a pitch hit roll, drove in a run. And he'll cut over the top of this one and strike out for the first time in the ball game. So 2 down now in the inning. That'll bring up Jacob Boston. That's a 4th strikeout through 3 2/3 innings for Jake Harrison. That was the shortstop Boston who popped out in foul territory to the second baseman Cook in his first plate appearance. Which is this one is a little bit low. And so now it's 2 balls and no strikes. Is this one low as well? Mentioned Boston hitting just 136 on the year coming in. He had 316 as a Lark last year in 52 games. Now he'll chop this one to third. Tough play and a tough hop for Maloney, but he will rifle it over to first base, and it's in time. Boston grounds out to in the 4th. 11-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. The lead for Liberal. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
Eagle Communications is a leader in advertising. We can put your business in front of thousands of customers during the most watched shows, including local and national sports. Let our employee owners target customers with affordable advertising on over 40 popular TV networks and online with Facebook, Google, and YouTube. From crafting your message to video production, let our team help your business grow. Call today, 785-628-0467. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Brock Whitmore is there. Sternberg Museum, Discovery Under the Dome. Gutch's Bar and Grill, the freshest ingredients, wood-fired pizza, and a great atmosphere. Downing Nelson Oil, a proud sponsor of Hayes Larks Baseball, and by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Mark of Central Plains. Hayes trailing 11-1. As we head now to the top of the 5th inning. In for his 2nd inning of work is Kent Hassler, the pitcher from Chandler, Arizona for the Hayes Larks. Due up here in the 5th for Liberal will be Garrett Scott, Colt Onstott, and Jaron Robinson. It's the 3, make it 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Liberal BJs. Larks with some movement out there in their bullpen as the first offering called a ball to Scott. Scott been on base 3 times, hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning. And now this off-speed pitch will be in there for a strike as Hassler evens a count at a ball and a strike. So a couple of runs scored as well for Scott. He's been busy out there in the outfield. There's a chopper to Weiss at 3rd. Alex throws on in time to first for out number 1. And so the Larks will retire first hitter of the inning. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first time they have done that in the ballgame. First time the leadoff man has not reached for a Liberal. And we're here in the 5th inning with 1 down. Little chopper deep in the hole at first. Seltzer, and then it's dropped by Hassler, the pitcher covering. Good play by Seltzer, but the pitcher covering dropped it. And so that'll go as an error on the pitcher covering. Throw by the first baseman Seltzer was right on the money, but Hassler couldn't hold on to it. So with 1 down, a runner at first, that was all Onstott. Now a foul out of play for Jaron Robinson. For Onstott, he's on for the 3rd time in 4 trips. It's Jaron Robinson, the shortstop. After Robinson fouled that one out of play, behind now, no balls and a strike. Hassler will come to the plate. Here's a little chopper, but it's fouled on the 3rd base line. So no balls and 2 strikes here. This Hassler, a junior, mentioned he was from Louisiana Tech. It is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. And now the pitch gets away from Jones. And so it was a ball. It's 1-2, and now a passed ball for Jones behind the plate. And there's a runner at second now with 1 down, so no longer a chance for a double play. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Hassler will come set, take a long look at second, and delivers on a pitch that bounces up there on the breaking ball. And it's the count now. At 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner is Onstott. He leads from second. And a strikeout for Hassler, so he'll strike out Robinson for the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up Trent Maloney, the 3rd baseman, with 2 down here in the inning. Maloney, he's a left-handed hitting infielder. Been on base once in 3 opportunities. Singled, came around to score back in the 4th inning. Also with a long look into Jones, his battery mate behind home plate. Now peek at second. Back at second. Here he comes, and the lefty Maloney will watch a pitch miss up in the zone. 11-1 the lead for the Liberal BJs. 3 in the first, but the big run or the big inning came in the 2nd. They scored 6. Peyton Battenfield, the starter, could make it out of that second inning for the Larks. There's a cut on a miss on a pitch from Hassler that evens the count at 1-1 strike. Hassler ahead now, or even at 1-1 strike. Will deliver an off-speed pitch that is blocked behind the plate nicely by the catcher Jones, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Final game of this 3-game series. Both teams right in the middle of the pack of the Jayhawk League early on, trying to keep pace with Hayesville at the top as this pitch missed away. The Aviators are 5-3 heading into tonight. Got a matchup with Derby at home tonight, as it's 3 balls and a strike. The number 7 hitter, Trent Maloney, waits on the 3-1. There's a good pitch on the outside part of the plate with a little zip to it. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the inning. Hassler steps off and wants a new sign from Jones. Full count pitch, 2 down, 3-2 offering is ball 4. Runners at second and third, or make it first and second now. That's walk number 2 allowed for Hassler. He came in the 4th and allowed a walk. And allowed a walk here, so that will be walk number 6 allowed for the Larks pitchers. Chopper to Remy on the second base side. He'll throw it on to Seltzer in time. And so Liberal gets a couple of runners on, but the Larks able to work around it. Good inning for Hassler. 11-1 the lead. Larks back to the plate in the 5th. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
It's almost time for the 8th annual Fort Hays State University Tiger Auction and Dinner. This year's event will be on Saturday, August 26th at the Schmidt-Bickel Indoor Training Facility. Don't wait. Tickets will be gone before you know it. This year's auction includes a fantastic dinner with all of your FHSU friends, a silent and live auction, and a chance to win cash. Proceeds help the Fort Hays State Athletic Department. Sponsored by Eagle Communications. For tickets and more information, go to tigerauction.org. The Tiger Auction and Dinner, Saturday, August 26th. Get your tickets now. Today's Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by the Pheasant Run, made from scratch breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, wishing the Hayes Larks the best of luck. Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. State Glass Company, plate glass, window glass, mirrors, furniture tops, glazing, contractors, and more. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Liberal leads 11-1. So we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Larks with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Chase Seltzer, the first baseman. Max Remy, the second baseman, in the back to the top of the order, and Crossman, the center fielder, to lead it off. I spoke earlier, Larks, with those 2 walks given up by Hassler in relief, have now walked 7 in the ball game so far. So Seltzer, Remy, and Givens facing Jake Harrison, who delivers on a pitch that was low. And so Seltzer will jump ahead here in the bottom half of the 5th, 1-0. Struck out back in the 2nd inning. Now watches the pitch that catches the outside part of the plate, and it evens the count at 1-1 strike. Harrison delivers on another pitch that's in there for a strike. Harrison with a good line so far. Giving up just the 1 run on the 5 hits. Struck out 4 Larks so far. Seltzer will foul this one out of play. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Selzer came in hitting just 100 on the game on the season for the Larks. So for 1, and now a breaking ball missed up in the zone. And evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Selzer, the sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, will lift this one into center field, and coming on and making the catch is Nate Crossman, and there's 1 down in the inning. Crossman's been busy out there in center field with a couple of catches. Another number 9 hitter, Max Remy, the second baseman. Max from Austin P. is a Reedsville, Pennsylvania product. The righty waits on the first pitch. He'll chop this one to his fellow second baseman. Cook throws it to first, and O'Donnell in time, and there are quickly 2 outs now in the inning. So then after the very first pitch, and now back to the top of the order in Keone Givens. Larks leadoff man and the center fielder today. Singled, struck out in his first plate appearance, singled back in the third, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. And watches the first pitch, called a ball. Givens hitting .222 before this one. He rips this one down the line, but it'll be a foul ball. A long strike. As he jumped all over that pitch, but pulled it foul down the left field line. Even now, the count at a ball and a strike. And missing away is that offering. So 2 balls and a strike. 2 down in the inning. Leadoff hitter Givens. And he'll pop this one back and out of play. Everybody giving a look, but out of play down that first base line behind the BJ's dugout. So the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, bottom of the 5th. Larks down 11-1. Harrison to the plate on the 2-2 offering. Off-speed pitch is going to be fouled back to the catcher, but Onstock couldn't hold on to it. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison will come set, riding into the windup. 2-2 offering is called strike 3. So Larks go in order in the 5th, head to the top of the 6th, 11-1. Liberal with the lead as this is Larks baseball.
Now you can watch Travel Channel anytime, anywhere, live or on demand.
Wow, this is amazing.
Simply download the free Watch Travel Channel app on your favorite devices and start enjoying your favorite Travel Channel shows, even when you're on the go.
Absolutely incredible.
Download now.
Included in your Eagle Communications TV subscription. Visit www.eaglecom.net to learn more.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, certified to provide appraisals for your next transaction. Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, all of your residential and commercial lawn maintenance needs. Pulis Lock and Key, all of your key needs, including sales and service on safes. The Almond Company, fast, friendly service you can trust along with free estimates. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Head to the top of the 6th inning. Liberal leading 11-1. And a new pitcher for the Hayes Larks. It'll be Brad Sugg, a junior from Texas Westland. He's a Burleson, Texas native. It'll be the 4th pitcher of the day for the Hayes Larks. So you can close the door on Kent Hassler for the Larks. He goes at inning and a third, gives up a walk and a strikeout. But did not allow a hit or a run in relief. So Sugg, the new pitcher. And Sugg will face the number 9 hitter, Caleb Ward, then back to the top of the order here in the 6th. That's Ward, who has walked 3 times in the game, will come up to lead off in the number 9 spot. Sugg misses inside as he falls behind Ward, the number 9 hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. Sugg, the righty, making his 4th appearance. Misses away. Well, 3/4 arm delivery. So he falls behind 2 balls and no strikes. Pitched yesterday in the loss to Liberal. Off-speed pitch, called a ball. So he falls behind Sugg. 3 balls and no strikes. Sugg walked twice in the 2nd. Walked also in the 4th. There's the 3-0, and it's ball 4. That is the 4th time in the game that Ward, the number 9 hitter, has walked. So that will bring up Nate Crossman, the leadoff hitter. So 4 walks on the ball game for Ward. As Crossman comes up now, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Crossman, the leadoff hitter. He's been on a couple of times, in fact 3 times. He's been on all 4 times. And now the pitch will get away from Jones all the way to the backstop. And on the wild pitch, Ward will go to second. And so the count even now at a ball and a strike. For Ward, he had walked 2 times coming into the day, so he has 6 walks in just 3 games. He has 7 total at-bats. So he almost has walked as many official at-bats as walked as many times as he has official at-bats. As the 1-1 pitch from Sugg is an off-speed pitch that's swung over the top of. And so the count moves to 1-2. Crossman singled, scored in the 1st, doubled, scored in the 2nd, walked, was stranded also in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored in the 4th. He drove in a run in that 4th inning as well. And now Sugg bounces an off-speed pitch, and in the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mention for Sugg, Brad making his 4th appearance, 2nd in as many days, through just 14 pitches yesterday in the loss to Liberal. Comes set, 2-2 offering. This will be chopped to 3rd. Weiss on the high bounce will look the runner back at 2nd and throw out Crossman at 1st. And so there is 1 down in the inning. I'll bring up the 2nd baseman, Zach Cook. Cook with a couple of singles. Strikeout and a ground out. He's drove in 3 in the ball game. Officially 2 for 4, 3 RBIs and a run scored for Zach Cook. It's a pretty good day for somebody who came in hitting just 111 on the season. Here's a chopper over the top of the pitcher. Boston will field, throws it to 1st in time, and there are 2 outs. Good strong throw by Jacob Boston at short, and so 2 down in the inning. The runner will advance to 3rd. But there's 2 down here in the inning. Boston had to make a quick play on that one. That's now the number 3 hitter, Cale O'Donnell. First baseman O'Donnell. He's 0 for 3 on the day with a run scored and has walked. Breaking ball misses away on the first pitch. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the sun sets on Larks Park on this Sunday evening. Lights on in the outfield. There's a pitch pulled down the left field line, and if it's fair, it's gone, and it is foul. As O'Donnell jumped all over that pitch. But the wind helped that one, I think, a little bit out there as well. It's still blowing at a pretty good pace across center, really from center to right field, or make it left field, excuse me, from center to left. And that pitch was pulled down the left field line, but it was foul by O'Donnell, who was trying to hit his first home run of the year in one big swing. And now an off-speed pitch is called a strike, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So after falling behind O'Donnell, a couple of strikes now, one of them a loud strike, but it was a foul ball down that left field line, and so it's a ball and 2 strikes, 2 down. The plate comes Sugg. Here's a little blooper over the top of the second baseman, Remy, and that will be an RBI single. And it's a 12-1 lead now for Liberal, as coming in to score was Ward. So the RBI single for Cale O'Donnell. As he drives in his first run of the game, his 8th on the season, and now coming to the plate is Garrett Scott, as Sugg will deliver on a first pitch strike. Scott, the number 4 hitter. 2 for 3 as Sugg will come to the plate, and a big hack by Scott and swung over the top. And it's 0-2 now as Sugg able to jump ahead of the number 4 hitter, Garrett Scott. Scott, 2 for 3, scored a couple of runs, has an RBI in the game as well. He's back in that second inning. He's also scored a couple of times, as the 0-2 from Sugg will miss inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 12-1 the lead for the Liberal BJs. Top half of the 6th inning. Sugg to the plate after a long look at home. Checks it first. Here he comes. Scott will foul this one back and out of play. Right over home plate and back across the press box and out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Larks, after this 3-game weekend series, will get a day off tomorrow. And then open up a 3-game homestand with Oklahoma City on Tuesday. Inside on the 1-2 offering. Evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sugg yesterday went an inning, gave up 2 hits, but did not allow a run in 14 pitches on that 1 inning of work. In the loss to Liberal yesterday. 2-2 offering. This is fouled back and out of play, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Liberal with 3 in the first, 6 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 1 here in the 6th. So we've got 2 down in the inning. 2-2 count, and the pitch from Suggs, and he missed away. Jones had to scramble as that one crossed him up a little bit, and now the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sugg, who comes home, and he'll walk this one as well. So he jumped ahead of Scott, but then gives up the walk on the ball 4 on a full count pitch. So out runners at first and second. And we're going to have a pitch hitter for the catcher Onstad. So Kyle Schmidt will hit for the catcher Onstad. That's Schmidt, the right-handed hitting catcher. And in relief of Onstad. With Liberal up 12-1, good chance to get your catcher a day, or at least part of the game off here in the 6th inning, as Sugg can't find the strike zone on that first pitch. Falls behind with the runners at first and second. He did get 2 out here in the inning. In fact, retired the first 2, but gave up a single and a walk. Off-speed pitch is low, and he falls behind Kyle Schmidt. 2 balls and no strikes. Schmidt, the catcher from Richmond. He's a spider from Smithville, Texas. 2-0 pitch, misses inside. And now it's 3-0. Schmidt just hitting 111 on the season in limited action, just playing in his 5th game. So we'll deliver on a 3-0 strike, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Jaron Robinson waits in the on-deck circle. So Sugg can battle back. 3-1 offering. Here's a chopper to Weiss at third. Alex slides on a knee. Throw to first, low. Good dig, though, by Seltzer at first. And so the Larks work around a couple of runners on, but they do give up a run, trailing 12-1. So we head to their half of the 6th. Larks coming up to bat here. This is Larks baseball.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Brock Whitmore is there. Sternberg Museum, Discovery Under the Dome. Gutch's Barn Grill, the freshest ingredients, wood-fired pizza, and a great atmosphere. Downing Nelson Oil, a proud sponsor of Hayes Larks baseball. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Hayes trailing 12-1. So into the bottom of the 6th inning. So far in this one, Jake Harrison, the starter for Liberal, has been really good. Giving up just 5 hits, 1 run on 5 hits, struck out 5, which matched his season high. As he's pitched now into the 5th inning. Larks will have a pinch hitter, as Mikey Gangush will pitch hit for the Larks. So Mikey will pitch hit for Nick Jones. As Gangush will stand in the left-handed batter's box. The first pitch from Harrison misses away. For Gangush, this is his 4th game of the season. He is running a 2-game hit streak. After the first pitch misses away, this one will miss inside. So Gangush ahead now, 2 balls and no strikes. Gangush from the Colorado School of Mines. He's an Albuquerque, New Mexico product. Now Harrison bounces a 3rd pitch in there. So Harrison down 3-0 to the Larks leadoff hitter. The bottom of the 6th, 3-0, and he walked him on 4 straight pitches. Mikey Gangush will walk for the 3rd time this season. I'll bring up Trevor Boone. Boone 0 for 2, struck out in the 1st and flew out in the 3rd. Boone was hitting .375 on the season for the Larks. And the first pitch from Harrison is in there for a strike. Boone taking all the way, especially after watching 4 straight balls to Gangush. So Boone behind, no balls and a strike. He'll go after the 0-1 offering and lift this one foul and out of play. There's the Kansas night sky down that first base line. And the count even. The count actually now no balls and 2 strikes after that foul ball. Gangush short lead at first, and another foul out of play down that first base line. For Trevor Boone, today makes game number 3 as a Lark. Had hit safely in his first 2. 0-2 pitch, little chopper over Harrison's glove. Only play is for the second baseman at first, as he had to come in and around that one, and Cook will throw out as the catcher A little bit slow behind the plate was Schmidt. She went down awkwardly as Cook able to throw out Gangwish. And I almost wonder if the home plate umpire and the catcher didn't get tangled up, because the catcher went down, or the catcher was slow to get up, and the home plate umpire, and now Liberals manager quickly comes out talking to Schmidt, and almost wonder if maybe the bat from Boone didn't get maybe both of them. That was bizarre. It happened behind the play. So couldn't see what happened, but it looks like home plate umpire Corey Burkhart and catcher Kyle Schmidt are both okay, as the runner advanced to second on the fielder's choice. And now to the plate comes Spencer Packard as the first pitch from Harrison is called a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Spencer Packard had a double in the first inning but was stranded. Here's the pitch that'll be lofted into left field. Coming on is Scott, and he'll make the play. So that one just hung up there out into left field. Couple of steps to his left, and making the play for out number 2 is Scott. That'll bring up Alex Weiss, the third baseman, who was 0 for 3. Alex with his walk-up music. Turnpike Troubadours. Fort Hays fans definitely familiar, and Hays Larks fans now familiar with the tune for Alex, as he'll go after the first pitch and lifts this one foul down the first base line. The first baseman gave a look at it, but O'Donnell got kind of tangled up a little bit around his feet. He didn't have a shot at it anyway, as it ends up into the screen down the first base bullpen. And so Weiss behind in the count here. No balls and a strike. 2 down in the inning. Larks trailing 12-1. 6-run second, the big inning for the BJs. Runner at second is Mikey Gangwish as he leads from second. And again, another foul ball from Alex Weiss. So Alex now behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 down in the inning. Harrison has been in command throughout the entire game. Not just 1 run on 4 hits for the Larks. As Weiss waits on the 0-2. This is a breaking ball. Fouled out of play again. Good battle for Alex. So he spoiled a couple of pitches out of play. Hays Larks baseball brought to you in part by Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. And also brought to you by Tri-Central Office Supply, Arc of the Central Plains Thrift Shop, and Insurance Planning. Harrison will come set on the 0-2 pitch to Weiss. That one is low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Third baseman Alex Weiss. Hitless today, 0 for 2. Flew out to Crossman in center. And as we wait for the third baseman Maloney to get back to his bag, I think we had a errant baseball come flying in down that third base line. And so now here's the 1-2, and Weiss went around on a check swing in the dirt. Larks get a runner at second, but unable to produce a run, down 12-1. Head to the top of the 7th. Liberal on top. This is Hays Larks baseball.
You know the feeling, having no boundaries, being limitless, the feeling of freedom. What if that feeling was in your home, right in your hands? For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50. Bundle your TV and save even more, free from contracts. The longer you stay, the more you save. Now that's freedom with Eagle Communications. It's your internet, your way. Call 877-61-EAGLE today.
Today's Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by the Pheasant Run. Made from scratch breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Hays Convention and Visitors Bureau wishing the Hays Larks the best of luck. Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. State Glass Company, plate glass, window glass, mirrors, furniture tops, glazing, contractors, and more. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
And God Bless America brings us to the top of the 7th inning here at Larks Park. Let's take it back with you as Larks down 12-1 as we head to the 7th. Due up, I should say, for the Liberal BJs. And this half of the inning will be Jared Robinson, Trent Maloney, and Austin Ott all due up in the inning. And the Larks with another new pitcher. This will be Chad Smith, making another pitcher who will work for multiple days in a row for the Larks. So Smith is on in relief. He makes the 5th Larks pitcher. So we can officially close the books now on Brad Sugg, who goes an inning, gives up a run on a 1 hit. And he ended up walking 1, make it walking 2 with no strikeouts. So Sugg, his day comes to an end, and he will turn it over to Chad Smith. He is the 5th Larks reliever in this ballgame. Smith made an appearance yesterday, win an inning, threw just 6 pitches. That's probably the only bright spot for the Larks. And knowing you have an off day tomorrow as well, good opportunity here in this one. But we saw Sugg and Smith both make appearances yesterday for the Larks, so they will pitch again today. Smith, the 2nd-year Lark out of New Mexico, by way of Albuquerque, comes in with an inning and a third of work. Gave up 2 runs in a loss to Dodge City back on June 7th. He gave up 1 run, or 1 earned run, but it was 2 runs on a hit, walked 1, and took the loss. But pitched yesterday, went an inning, did not give up a hit, not give up a run. So a clean inning of work for Chad yesterday. And so now he will come back and pitch again today, facing Jaron Robinson to lead it off in the top of the 7th. And Robinson goes after the first pitch, lifts this one into the gap in right center field, and over to make the play is Boone. So Trevor Boone will retire the first hitter of the ball game on a 1 pitch. And that will bring up Trent Maloney. Maloney, third baseman. He's been on base twice. Singled, came around to score in the 4th, walked in the 1st. 12 hits, 12 runs on 12 hits, in fact, for the Liberal BJs as Smith's first pitch misses away. Maybe a little bit low as well. Pretty good look outside from Smith as he falls behind a 1 ball and no strikes to Trent Maloney. Little sidearm delivery as Smith misses again at 2 balls and no strikes. It's that low sidearm delivery, hard to pick up, and definitely different than anything you've seen leading up to this point, as this 2-0 offering is called a strike. And it's 2 balls and a strike now to Maloney. Maloney, the left-handed hitter, with Ott on the on-deck circle. 2-1 pitch, cut on and miss. Good pitch. So that one actually may have been fouled back into the glove of the catcher, Mikey Ganquish. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith to the plate. That'll miss away. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Walks have been an issue for the Larks. They've given up 8 walks so far in 6 innings of work. Smith will come set. 3-2 pitch. Chopped at the plate. Smith will field. Pitcher's throw in time, and there's 1 down. It's a tough play as it bounces right in front of home plate on that turf. But Chad with a good understanding of the turf. And now 2 down here in the inning. He fires to Seltzer in time. Smith. Has worked 27 1/3 innings as a Lark, as this pitch will miss inside and low. To the number 8 hitter, Austin Ott. He's the designated hitter. Been on base just once. He's 1 for 4. Grounded out twice to Remy at second, once to the first baseman, Seltzer, and now Smith misses inside on the first couple of pitches. Chad upset with himself as he circles around behind the mound. And ready to go here on the 2-0 pitch with 2 down. Liberal with the 6-run second inning, leading 12-1. 2-0 inside. Smith visibly frustrated with himself now. He's missed on 3 straight inside. The number 8 hitter, Austin Ott. So he'll come set, ready for the 3-0 offering. And that one is in for a strike. Taking all the way was Ott. 3 balls and a strike. 3rd appearance on the season for Chad Smith. Already with 2 down, and now cut on and missed on a good pitch from Smith. Swinging over the top of it was Ott, and the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. You're in the top of the 7th inning. Liberal on top, 12-1. 3-2 pitch, chopped to Remy at second. He's been a busy man, throw to first in time, and that will do it. The top half of the 7th, we head to the bottom of the inning. Hayes down 12-1. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
You know the feeling. Having no boundaries, being limitless, the feeling of freedom. What if that feeling was in your home, right in your hands? For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50. Bundle your TV and save even more. Free from contracts. The longer you stay, the more you save. Now that's freedom with Eagle Communications. It's your internet, your way. Call 877-61-EAGLE today.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, certified to provide appraisals for your next transaction. Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, all of your residential and commercial lawn maintenance needs. Pulis Lock and Key, all of your key needs, including sales and service on safes. The Almond Company, fast, friendly service you can trust along with free estimates. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.
The number on the new pitcher. Back into Larks Park, where we'll have a new arm for the Liberal BJs. Thomas Garland, righty. So we'll close the door on Jake Harrison. Harrison with a second quality start. He'll go 6 innings, give up 1 run on 5 hits. All while striking out 6, and he gives up just 1 walk. So Garland is the new pitcher. As Harrison in line for win number 2. Larks with Clayton Raspberry to lead it off. The 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. As Garland misses on that first offering to Raspberry, and now a couple of pitches miss away. So Clayton ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes as we play in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 12-1, Liberal with the lead. Off-speed pitch catches the outside part of the plate. And the count now, 2 balls and a strike. The Tiger right, or to the Larks right fielder. Clayton Raspberry. Waits on the 2-1. And that will miss up in the zone, and it's 3 balls and a strike. For Garland, the righty. So he delivers on a pitch that is called ball 4. So he missed away. So a leadoff walk in the inning for Clayton Raspberry. First time he's been on in the day. So he is 0 for 2. That'll bring up Jacob Boston. Boston 0 for 2 on the day as well. And the first pitch is a strike. Breaking ball. The Boston allows Garland to jump ahead here. No balls and a strike. Another pitch that is an off-speed pitch that's inside. Boston had to turn away from that one. Third appearance for Garland on the season. 3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits. He's one of 3 Liberal BJs that have a loss, though, as Boston will swing over the top of a pitch that was low and away. And so it's a ball and 2 strikes. For Garland from Canyon, Texas. Righty with a long look in by way of West Texas A&M. Here's the offering. Boston will foul this one out of play down that first base line right behind the BJ's dugout. 12-1, Liberal with the lead on 12 hits. They have just the 1 error. Larks with 1 run on 4 hits and 3 errors. Garland does have 3 strikeouts and 3 innings of work. After giving up that leadoff walk. The 1-2 offering on the way, and he hit Boston right between the numbers. Not the way you want to start out if you're the reliever Garland, and quickly to the plate comes Liberals pitching coach Brad Powell. So Larks have runners at first and second. Walk by Raspberry on the hit by pitch for Jacob Boston. Larks baseball brought to you in part by Horizon Appliance and Electronics. All of the major household appliances along with TVs, home and car stereos, and Traeger grills. Open 7 days a week at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. Also brought to you in part by Bank of Hayes, discount siding and supply at High Plains Farm Credit. Another left-handed hitter. Due up next for the Larks is Jake Selzer, the first baseman. Jake 0 for 2, or Jace rather, 0 for 2. So Jace will go after the first pitch, and Jace Selzer fouls it right to the Liberal dugout. Selzer came in hitting 100 on the season, struck out in the second, flew out in the 5th. Waits on the pitch, and he'll pull this one foul on a long foul ball down the right field line. Jumped out in front of that pitch. But a long strike. It's 0-2. Larks have threatened a couple of different times, but this is one of their most serious threats, and it comes down 11 runs at 12-1. Off-speed pitch. This will be fouled out of play. This time down the third base line as it gets into the Larks dugout. And the home plate umpire, again with some More baseballs to his two in behind the plate, and now here's the 0-2, is fouled again. Slapped down the third baseline, but foul. This is the 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up. As we get a time at home plate. With nobody down, Larks with runners at first and second. As Raspberry leads from first. Boston from second. Here's the off speed, lifted into the gap, into right center field. Long run for the right fielder. They won't get there. That's going to be all the way to the wall. And here comes the first runner to the plate. Throw is not in time, sliding in and scoring the second run of the game for the Hayes Larks is Clayton Raspberry. That'll go down as a RBI double. That ball got all the way to the gap. And so the Larks now down 12-2. As Selzer with his first hit of the ball game. It's a one-run double. It comes with nobody out. The bottom half of the 7th inning. And now Max Remy, the second baseman, with runners at second and third. Chance here for the Larks to plate some more. Here's a chopper back into the screen. And it's foul. First RBI of the season for Jay Selzer. On the double for Jace. We'll see his bat come alive as the summer heats up, as this pitch from Garland is chopped to the Larks dugout as the ball boy with a nice play over there right in front of the Larks dugout, and quickly behind is Remy, no balls and 2 strikes. First extra base hit of the year. In fact, it's the second hit of the year for Selzer, and it's an RBI double. It's 12-2. Runners at second and third. Here's a line drive to left field. Scott had it played perfectly. Tagging and not advancing was Boston. He bluffed like he was going to go, but that was a line drive, and it was right at Scott. And so now one down in the inning. Remy hit it hard, but played perfectly was Scott for the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the order. Keone Gibbons, rather. It's Gibbons here on the bottom of the 7th. 1 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. Runners at second and third, one down. Gibbons swings over the top of that one. So far for Garland, after falling behind the leadoff hitter Raspberry, who he ended up walking, he's jumped ahead of each Larks hitter now 4 in a row. With one down, runners at second and third. Gibbons will watch this one miss inside and low, and it's a ball and a strike. Keone, the Larks leadoff hitter from Oklahoma, watches this pitch miss low and away. Good play by Schmidt behind the home plate. Schmidt's the new catcher. He came in replace of the starter Onstadt. So it's 2 balls and a strike. Larks with 1 run across already in the inning, and now Gibbons fouls this one off his leg in the batter's box. And it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just 1 down here in the inning. Larks got a leadoff walk from Raspberry. He came around to score on the RBI by Selzer. Stands at second on the double. Runner at third is Jacob Boston. Jacob was hit in the back on a pitch. Runners lead. Here's the offering, and Gibbons will swing over the top of it and strikes out for the 3rd time of the ball game. So 2 down here in the inning. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Mikey Ganguish. Ganguish pitch hit in the 6th inning. Followed that up with a walk, but was stranded at second. See if Mikey can get something going here. Catcher goes after the first pitch, lines this one to right field. That's down for a base hit. That'll score one, and then putting on the brakes is the third base coach. That allows Gangwish to go to second. Throw is not in time, and Gangwish wisely advances to second on the throw on the RBI single. So the Larks with 2 across here in the inning. On the RBI single for Mikey Gangwish. And our runners at second and third again. As Boston came in to score. And that will bring up Trevor Boone, the right fielder. We're still just 2 down here in the inning. But runners at second and third. Comes to the plate. Here's a little dribbler that'll get through. Past the diving shortstop. 1 run will score. They'll cut off the throw as it actually got all the way to the home plate. And that's a 2-run single for Trevor Boone. Larks will add 2 more, down 12-5 now. On the 2-run single for Trevor Boone. As Boone drives in his 3rd and 4th runs of the year. Selzer came around to score. So the Larks with 4 across here in the inning. Mikey Gangwish came around to score from second as well. So Gangwish with an RBI single, now a 2-run single as that first pitch, by the way, to Packard was called a ball, as here's the 1-0 delivering, and Spencer will foul this one into the screen. And so it evens the count now at a ball and a strike to the designated hitter, Spencer Packard. So 4 across here in their half of the 7th inning. They did this last night as well. Had a big inning late, scoring 4 runs in the 8th inning, but it wasn't enough as they came up short. But they have a monumental hole to climb out of, down 12-5 as the pitch misses away from Garland. 2 balls and a strike. Larks with 4 across in the inning. Have now 7 hits. 5 runs on 7 hits. They have committed 3 errors. As Packard waits on the pitch from Garland. That's an off-speed pitch. He tried to bring the backdoor breaking ball, but he can't catch the outside part of the plate, and so now it's a 3-1 count to Spencer Packard, the designated hitter. Spencer 1 for 3 with a double back of the 1st inning, couple of flyouts. Runner leads from first, 3-1, he cut on and missed. Big swing from Packard, but he swung over the top of it. And now with 2 down in the inning, count is full. Larks trying to keep this rally alive. Down 12-5 with a runner at first. And Trevor Boone, who had that 2-run single. Boone's off and running on the pitch. Here's a little flare down the left field line. Long run. Scott dives in foul territory. Won't make the catch, but that's a foul ball. And so it will remain 3-2. As Packard just did flare that one down the line. Boone headed all the way around to home. So he was off and running on the full count pitch. So we'll do it all over again. Packard trying to keep this inning alive. Already 4 runs across in the inning for the Larks, down 12-5. 3-2 pitch. He'll pull this one foul down the first base line and out of play. Jumped all over that off-speed pitch, but was way out in front. This will be the 8th pitch at the at-bat. 8th pitch of the at-bat for Garland. He's given up all 4 runs for the Hayes Larks. 3-2 pitch. This one poked into the left center field gap, but playing him that way was a center fielder crossman. But the Larks get 4 as they now trail 12-5 as we head to the top of the 8th. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
It's almost time for the 8th annual Fort Hays State University Tiger Auction and Dinner. This year's event will be on Saturday, August 26th at the Schmidt-Bickel Indoor Training Facility. Don't wait. Tickets will be gone before you know it. This year's auction includes a fantastic dinner with all of your FHSU friends, a silent and live auction, and a chance to win cash. Proceeds help the Fort Hays State Athletic Department. Sponsored by Eagle Communications. For tickets and more information, go to tigerauction.org. The Tiger Auction and Dinner, Saturday, August 26th. Get your tickets now. Today's Hays Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Brock Whitmore is there. Sternberg Museum, Discovery Under the Dome. Gutch's Barn Grill, the freshest ingredients, wood-fired pizza, and a great atmosphere. Downing Nelson Oil, a proud sponsor of Hays Larks baseball. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Larks get 4 in their half of the 7th, down 12-5 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Hays Larks baseball brought to you in part by Gibbs Auto Supply, your local Napa and auto parts store with locations in Hays and La Crosse. Also brought to you by the dental office of Dr. Larry Good. Larks with Chad Smith, reliever, into the game for a second inning of work. Chad retired the BJs, and they're half of the 7th inning in order. As leading it off is due up the number 9 hitter, Caleb Ward. He'll be followed by the top of the order, and Crossman and Cook. That's Zach Cook. Caleb Ward has walked 4 times in the game. Been on base 4 times on those 4 walks. First pitch from Chad Smith. The sidearm delivery is low, called a ball. So Ward, who still doesn't have a base hit on the season, has 7 official at-bats, 6 walks. There's a little chopper. Remy will backhand it toward the bag. Throw on to first in time. Good play moving to his right was Remy. And he makes the play and the throw to first in time for the first out of the inning. We'll go back to the top of the order in Nate Crossman. Here in this top half of the 8th inning, 12-5, Liberal with the lead on 12 hits. Smith will come set. Crossman, the righty, waits on the first pitch. That is called a strike. Chad able to jump ahead here. Crossman has been on base 4 of the 5 times he's been to the plate. In fact, one of those was a walk. So 3 for 4 on the day as he sees this pitch catch the inside part of the plate. He turned away, but called a strike anyway. Singled, scored a run in the first, doubled in the second, walked in the second, reached on a fielder's choice, came in to score a run there in the 4th inning as the 0-2 offering is called a ball as it bounced into the plate. Just inside. Now back in the 6th inning, he grounded out to Weiss at third. That was the first time he had been retired. Kept off for the bags in this game. 1-2 offering from Smith. Chopper to first. Selzer with a sweet pickup, and he'll flip it to the pitcher covering, and they are going to call him out. Good play. As Selzer with a great pick at first, and then Smith covering, able to beat the runner Crossman, who is a speedy runner to the bag. And so 2 down now in the inning. Good play by the Larks. Defensively with 3 errors on the game, a wild pitch, a pass ball. It's not been perfect on the field, but that was a pretty good play. And now the number 2 hitter, Zach Cook, watches the first pitch miss away from Chad Smith. With 2 down here in the inning. Couple of hits, 5 trips to the plate for Cook today. He's drove in 3. Off-speed pitch on a backdoor breaking ball that is in there for a strike. He evens the count at a ball and a strike now. So 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, a run scored. They get 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Here's a little cue shot down the line at third. Weiss fields, but they're going to say that was a foul ball. Third base umpire Randy Jordan making the call down there. That's Weiss Had a good throw over there at first, but they'll say it was foul. Alex having a good conversation over there with the third base umpire. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. To the left-handed hitting Zach Cook. The second baseman waits on the pitch from Smith, and a foul tip strike number 3. As that is a strikeout to end the 8th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Hayes down 12-5. This is Larks baseball.
You know the feeling, having no boundaries, being limitless, the feeling of freedom. What if that feeling was in your home, right in your hands? For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50. Bundle your TV and save even more. Free from contracts. The longer you stay, the more you save. Now that's freedom with Eagle Communications. It's your internet, your way. Call 877-61-EAGLE today.
Today's Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by the Pheasant Run, made from scratch breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, wishing the Hayes Larks the best of luck. Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. Stay Glass Company, plate glass, window glass, mirrors, furniture tops, glazing, contractors, and more. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Twelve to 5, Liberal with the lead as we head now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Larks will face another new arm. This will be Zach Zeller, the 6'6", 170-pound freshman from Katy, Texas. He's a Texas San Antonio product. So the righty will be in relief. He's the 3rd pitcher for Liberal and replacing Jake Harrison. Harrison, who went 6 innings, gave up just 1 run on 5 hits for the Larks. So for Garland, Thomas Garland, he ends up going an inning. Allowed 4 runs on 3 hits, as Alex Weiss will lead it off for the Hayes Larks and watches the first pitch miss inside for ball number 1. Weiss will go after the 1-0 pitch. This is lofted short, right behind second base, and making the play as a second baseman, Cook, and so Weiss is down on the pop out. And so 1 down in the inning. That'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Clayton Raspberry. Like a Boston waiting on the on-deck circle. Raspberry 0 for 2. Fly on a strikeout. He walked and scored a run. As last time up, off-speed pitch. Called a ball. So Garland, mentioned he went the inning, gave up 4 runs on 3 hits. He did have a walk and a strikeout as the 1-0 offering is inside. And so Zach Zeller, the 3rd reliever for Liberal in this game. Here's a little shot right back up the middle past a diving Cook, and that's a base hit. Second time that Raspberry has been on. This one on a 1-out single. So Raspberry will lead off the inning with gets that 1-out single, excuse me. And so that will bring up Jacob Boston. Boston, the shortstop, was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 7th. That was part of the Larks' 4-run inning. Still trying to get that bat heated up here for the Larks. Hitting under 200, and he watches the first pitch in there for a strike. Came in hitting 136, 0 for 2 on the day so far for the right-handed hitting Boston. Long look in for Zeller, and Boston will foul it back to the plate. 0-2 now, Boston in the hole. Jake 0 for 4 coming in after yesterday, he was 1 for 7 with a run, an RBI, a couple of walks in the series. But 0 for 2 today with a walk, and now an off-speed pitch will miss low and away. And so it's a ball and 2 strikes. Runner leads from first is Raspberry. He's on for the second time after that one-out single. Jake Selzer got a 1-run double as Boston started to go, but hold up in time. And the pitch up, they appeal down to first, but he did not go around. And the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look over at first for Zeller. Now he'll come to the plate, and Boston again with another foul back to the screen. A 2-2 count as home plate umpire will track down the ball. It was fouled back into the screen. And Corey Burkhart behind the plate. Randy Jordan at third. First is Dave Hanslick this evening. It's our umpires around the diamond. 2-2 offering. Off-speed pitch that misses up, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down in the inning. Boston trying to work his way on. See if they start the runner Raspberry at first. They won't on the 3-2 pitch that'll be fouled back and out of play. Good battle. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Home plate umpire says needs some more baseballs. Jacob's been battling, and crowd at home plate again out of the right-handed batter's box. Zeller will come set, 3-2 pitch, and a check swing, and they call him out. Appeal down to home plate, and the appeal down to first, and Hanslick rings him up for out number 2. Boston up in the zone, got him to chase, much to the chagrin of the home crowd and Boston as well, as there's 2 down now in the inning on the strikeout for Boston. And that'll bring up Jake Selzer, the first baseman. 1 for 3, an RBI double. The last inning of the 7th. First pitch misses low from Zach Zeller. Zeller at 6'6" out of Katy, Texas. Takes a look at first. And the offering. This will be lifted into center field. Crossman, couple of steps to his right. It'll make the catch. Larks get a runner on, but unable to convert as we head to the top of the 9th. Liberal in control, leading 12-5. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by Bacon Ryan Appraising Services, certified to provide appraisals for your next transaction. Paul's Lawn and Tree Service, all of your residential and commercial lawn maintenance needs. Pulis Lock and Key, all of your key needs, including sales and service on safes. The Almond Company, fast, friendly service you can trust along with free estimates. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Looks like 8 to me. Sixth pitcher of the night for the Hayes Larks will be Tyler Starks, sophomore from Mesquite, Texas. Lefty by way of Stephen F. Austin. He'll be on to face Cale O'Donnell, Garrett Scott, and then Kyle Schmidt. Those are the 3 to open the inning, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. So Starks making his second appearance of the series, his 4th overall. Already worked 6 2/3 innings as the lefty on to the top of the 9th for the Hayes Larks. Larks baseball brought to you in parts by Gibbs Auto Supply, your Local Napa Auto Parts store with locations in Hayes and La Crosse, and also brought to you by Kevin Shoemaker Construction. Big or small, your project is important to Kevin Shoemaker Construction because it's important to you. It's not about counting the number of jobs, it's about counting the number of jobs done right. Larks baseball also brought to you by Western Investments and the Meccan Stock Group. Cale O'Donnell, the number 3 hitter to lead it off. As for O'Donnell, he's been on base twice, officially 1 for 4 with a single and an RBI single, in fact, back in the 6th. He did walk and score a run back in the first inning. And the first pitch from Starks is called a ball. So we work here at the top of the 9th inning. Tyler Starks, his 4th appearance as a Lark. Lefty with a long look, and this pitch is shot back to the net, back to the backstop. The count even at a ball and a strike. Starks, that's sophomore, mentioned from Stephen F. Austin. What an inning of work on Friday night. Gave up 1 hit, set a strikeout in that 1-0 win for the Larks over Liberal. Lefty will come to the plate on a breaking ball that missed away, trying to backdoor it, but just couldn't quite get the outside part of the plate, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Worked 4 innings against Great Bend on June 2nd. His longest outing. There's a pitch that's fouled back to the screen. And so it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reached up and got an extra couple of miles per hour on that one. Starks also worked an inning and 2/3 against Dodge City. Had a couple of strikeouts, gave up a hit, but that was it in an 8-7 loss to Dodge City. Off-speed pitch, chopped to third, but foul. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Larks down 12-5. 3 runs in the first, 6 in the second. Added 2 more in the 4th, 1 in the 6th. 12 runs on 12 hits and 1 error for the Liberal BJs. Larks with 1 in the 3rd, 4 in the 7th. 5 runs on 8 hits, but 3 errors today for the Larks. 2-2 the count. Starks will come to the plate. Breaking ball that missed. And so it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ganglish behind home plate wanted that one. Tried another backdoor breaking ball. This will be the 7th pitch at the at-bat. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play down the first base line. Been a good battle so far between Starks, the leadoff hitter here in the 9th inning. Cale O'Donnell, the first baseman. Starks looks in, lefty delivers, ball 4. Larks have struggled with a walk today. Chad Smith is the only reliever, only pitcher in 6 who has not walked a hitter. That'll be the 9th walk given up today for the Larks. And after the first pitch is Scott. He'll fly this one down the right field line, and going over to make the catch is Boone, and they'll hold the runner at first. Scott gave that one a ride down that right field line. Trevor Boone able to range over and make the play, and he did a good job to circle the baseball and keep that runner at first as well, because O'Donnell wasn't ranging very far from first. With 1 down now in the inning. I'll bring up the number 5 hitter. This is Kyle Schmidt. And a breaking ball's in there for a strike. Schmidt is a pitch hitter back in the 6th inning for Onstadt, the catcher. Waiting on the 0-1. Here's a little off-speed pitch that's fouled back to the screen. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes. With 1 down in the inning, leadoff walk for Cale O'Donnell. Fly out for Garrett Scott. Well, now Kyle Schmidt. Schmidt 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to Weiss at third. Here's a breaking ball pulled foul down the third base line. So he jumped all over that one, but was out ahead of it. And it stays. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. That'll be a fastball that misses high. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Runner leads from first. 1-2 pitch. Chopped to Weiss. Diving stop, and it's off of his glove. And it'll go out into left field. Alex was playing the line and almost had it ricochet off of his glove. Luckily for the Larks, he was able to knock it down, though. That'll go down as a single. That ball was hit hard. Weiss just stopped it from getting into left field. If it goes into left field, it's probably a double, or at least the runner O'Donnell able to get to third. And so now with 1 out of the inning, runners at first and second. O'Donnell works on the first pitch. That will be called a ball to Robinson, the shortstop. Actually, that's in there for a strike. So Robinson, who's behind the count, no balls and a strike, waits on the pitch. And there's a good cut, but it's over the top, and so quickly ahead now. Tyler Starks. No balls and 2 strikes. With 1 down here in the inning, runner at first and 1 at second. Here's the offering on the 0-2 pitch that misses a little bit low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Robinson's been on base twice. They both came in the first 2 innings on singles. As an RBI and a run scored. 2 for 5 on the day for Jaron Robinson as he fouls this pitch out of play, and the count rather stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Robinson came in hitting .391, drove in his 6th run of the season back in the first inning, part of that 3-run first. Long look from Starks, and he struck him out. And a quick throwback to first. They had the runner picked off at first, and the tag by Seltzer is in time, and so a strikeout, throw him out double play as the runner at first, Schmidt, had got caught looking as he was not paying attention, and so the Larks will get a double play to end the top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Hayes up 12-5. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
You know the feeling. Having no boundaries, being limitless, the feeling of freedom. What if that feeling was in your home, right in your hands? For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50. Bundle your TV and save even more. Free from contracts. The longer you stay, the more you save. Now that's freedom with Eagle Communications. It's your internet, your way. Call 877-61-EAGLE today.
Today's Hayes Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Brock Whitmore is there. Sternberg Museum, Discovery Under the Dome. Gutch's Barn Grill, the freshest ingredients, wood-fired pizza, and a great atmosphere. Downing Nelson Oil, a proud sponsor of Hayes Larks baseball. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
At the bottom of the 9th inning, Hayes down 12-5. Larks will send a lead off the inning. Their number 9 hitter, due up is Max Remy. Back to the top of the order in Givens and Mikey Gangwish. And they'll face the new pitcher in Lowell Shipper, the freshman. He's another Richmond Spider from Santa Monica, California. So Zach Zeller works 1 inning for the BJs in relief. He was the 3rd pitcher of the day for the BJs. Goes 1 inning, gives up a hit with a strikeout. And now he'll turn it over to the 4th pitcher of the day. Which will be Lowell Shipper. So Shipper Makes his third appearance of the season, has 3 innings total of work. Giving up 2 runs on 1 hit, has 4 walks. That's a team high 4 walks, an ERA of 6 on the season. For the Larks, it'll be Remy, the number 9 hitter, then back around to the top of the order here in the bottom of the 9th. He's down 12-5. They try and put a rally together here. And it will start with the number 9 hitter, Remy. He singled, came around to score back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch is chopped at home plate and foul. No balls and a strike. Remy came in with a .214 average on the season for the Larks. There's the 0-1. That'll bounce inside and get away from the catcher, Schmidt. So it evens the count at a ball and a strike. Remy's got his hit streak up to 3 games following that 3rd inning single. Run scored for him was the 2nd of the season. And again, that was back in the 2nd inning. 1-1 pitch, roll to the shortstop, Robinson. Jared Robinson across the diamond for out number 1. So 1 down in the inning. On the ground out for Remy. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, the center fielder, Keone Givens. Givens with 3 strikeouts on the day, 1 for 4, had a single back in the 3rd, but was out as part of a fielder's choice. Trying to turn 2 for the BJs. Givens watches the first pitch. That is called a strike by the home plate umpire, Burkhart. 12-5, Liberal with the lead, trying to take 2 games of this series, and he hit him. Ouch, that one ran inside and hit Givens right up around the head. And he gets to his feet. So that one got away from the pitcher, and now Givens with Coach Frank, manager Frank Leo in tow, to make his way to the dugout. So that ran up inside and got him. And so manager Frank Leo, Jay Sanders also over there as well with him. Not sure if it got him in the neck or if it did run up and get him right around the ear and the cheekbone. They take a long look at him, and for the pitcher, Shipper, as soon as it happened, he came running in, wanted to check on Givens as well, and Givens will check out of the ball game as he's going to go in to the Larks dugout. So walking that one off, that's always a dangerous pitch, running high and in tight. Just unable to get out of the way, and so we'll have a pitch runner. It'll be Walter Pennington. So Pennington will be the pitch runner after Givens was hit by the pitch. That'll bring up Mikey Gangwish. So Pennington is a pitcher for the Larks. They'll run at first for Givens as they take a look at him, and Gangwish watches the first pitch miss low for ball 1. It's as much going through the concussion stuff as anything after that pitch ran high and tight for Givens. Big cut by Ganglish on a pitch that was in the dirt. And now the count even at a ball and a strike. Mentioned Pennington. He made a start yesterday, the freshman from Colorado Mines, from Broomfield, Colorado. Worked yesterday. Now we've got a chance to stretch out those legs on the base path as this pitch is fouled out of play down the left field line. As the staff, medical staff, continues to take a look at Givens after getting hit a moment ago. 1-2 pitch, chopped, foul down the first base line. O'Donnell speared it, but it was foul. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Mikey Ganglish came in the 6th inning, walked. Then in the 7th, had a RBI single, scored a run. It's part of that big run, or big 4-run inning for the Larks, as this one misses high and away. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Larks catcher, Mikey Ganglish. Albuquerque, New Mexico product. The lefty waits on the pitch from Shipper, and he'll chop this one foul down the first base line, and the count stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. A good battle here. I think he walked on 4 pitches. His first time up, then mentioned that RBI single. Now with a battle here in the left-handed batter's box. Runner is Pennington, who will lead from first. And pitch misses away, says home plate umpire Corey Burkhart. And it runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the inning. Larks down 12-5. Let's play here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1 down. 3-2 pitch. Fouled back and out of play. Right over the top of the screen. Back on behind the press box. So the count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 10th pitch of the at-bat. Ganglish waits on the 3-2 offering. Come to the plate, and he'll strike him out. So 2 down now in the inning as the Larks are down to their final outs. And Trevor Boone, the right fielder, up. Trevor had that 2-run single back in the 7th inning. 1 for 4 on the day. Boone, a couple more runs driven in on the season, gives him 4. As the righty on righty matchup. This is high and in. That's a ball and no strikes. Larks down 12-5. Drop below 500 on the season and have a day off tomorrow. As Pitt, this one fouled back and out of play. Evens a count at a ball and a strike. Set to open up a 3-game series on Tuesday. So welcome Oklahoma City to town. Part of their longest homestand of the season. And another cut on a miss for Boone this time, and he's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Larks, now their final strike of the ball game, down 12-5. As Shipper, a freshman, Pennington leading from first. On the 1-2 pitch on the way to Boone, missed inside. Evens the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boone waits on that 2-2 offering. 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch on the way, and Boone will strike out to end the inning. As Boone, I think, hit the catcher on the backswing, and that will do it. So Larks fall 12-5. Drop to 3-4 on the year, 3-3 in the Jayhawk League. Our final Liberal wins 12-5. We'll take the timeout, begin the post-game show after this. Once again, Hayes Larks fall 12-5. This is Hayes Larks baseball.
It's almost time for the 8th annual Fort Hays State University Tiger Auction and Dinner. This year's event will be on Saturday, August 26th at the Schmidt-Bickel Indoor Training Facility. Don't wait. Tickets will be gone before you know it. This year's auction includes a fantastic dinner with all of your FHSU friends, a silent and live auction, and a chance to win cash. Proceeds help the Fort Hays State Athletic Department. Sponsored by Eagle Communications. For tickets and more information, go to tigerauction.org. The Tiger Auction and Dinner, Saturday, August 26th. Get your tickets now. Today's Larks broadcast is brought to you in part by the Pheasant Run. Made from scratch breakfast and lunch 7 days a week.
Counting this one or not counting this one?
Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, wishing the Hayes Larks the best of luck. Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. State Glass Company, plate glass, window glass, mirrors, furniture tops, glazing, contractors, and more. And by Eagle Communications, our community connected.